All right, let's do this. I couldn't really wait much longer. I saw it was 7:59, but I was like, I'm not going to wait another minute. We're just going to get started a minute early. As you guys know, you know the drill at this point. Feel free to say hello in chat if you're in here. Got a great Thursday night game on our hands here. You know, we've been having a few good Thursday night games this year, I feel like. I feel like the Thursday night slate has been pretty kind to us this year. And man, this might be the best of the bunch right here. Two very, very good teams. A very, very important game. And as Schroeder is maybe alluding to in chat, good to see him in here, as well as Sebastian. Welcome to the stream, guys. But Schroeder saying Vikings having a civil war over who to root for tonight. Sebastian saying it's Thursday, my dudes. Well, obviously, I'm a Vikings fan. I can't lie, man. I can't lie. I'm rooting for the Packers. No shame whatsoever. Go, Pack, go. Go, Pack, go. Go, Pack, go. Let's go, Packers. Let's go, Packers. Let's do this. Let's do this. You know, I've been seeing some conversations on Twitter, right? And, you know, I made the joke. If y'all saw my community post, someone asked who I was rooting for. I'm going to turn down my TV. The Thursday night party intro is super loud. But, someone's like, oh, who are you rooting for? And I was like, I hope Bane shows up, right? If you know, you know, if you've seen The Dark Knight Rises. But I can't lie, dude. Some people are like, oh, if you're a Vikings fan and you're rooting for the Packers, like you just have no soul, no spine. Well, sue me. I have no soul or no spine. I am rooting for the outcome that is going to help the Vikings more. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. Maybe I am a traitor a little bit. That's fair. No, I get it. It's not a good feeling, right? It's not a good feeling. But I can't lie, dude. We kind of need the Packers to win here if we want to try and steal this division, right? I mean, hey, it's still in our grasp. It's still in our grasp, you know, right? So it's not a good feeling. And if the Lions win, that helps us too. That's the other thing, right? Because then that gives the Vikings another game on the Packers for the wild card standings, right? I would much rather be the 5th seed than the 6th seed. I would much rather play the winner of the NFC South than the winner of the NFC West, right? So the Vikings will get helped in some way, shape, or form. But oh, if that final game of the season against the Lions, if that could be for the division, that would be cinema. But the Packers got to get the job done here today. Doc saying go Pack go is crazy. I will give you that. But we got some more people filing in here. Welcome to the stream. Pearchamp, Kira Cat, and Caden, and Jack. Look at that. We got the whole squad coming through right here. Let's go. Good to have you guys back in here. Thank you, Kira. Appreciate it. Saying welcome back, Doctor. Pearchamp asking how it's going. It's going great, man. We got a great Thursday night game. I've got my zero sugar root beer. Fun doctor lore. I was actually drinking this. I believe it was my first stream ever. It was either my first or second stream ever, but I was drinking this. I haven't had one of these in a while, but I got a case of these at Ingles, which is our grocery store here the other day. Dude, they're so good. And they're 0 calories. They might be like bad for your teeth or something because it's still a carbonated beverage, but no calories. I don't know. I'm such a root beer head, so I'm enjoying it. But I'm having a good night. Hope you guys are too. It's almost like Anthony Edwards with the Gatorade there. If you know, you know. But Caden saying, wow, a man of the people gave us a whole extra minute. Hey, that's just what I do, man. That's just what I do. I'm a man of the people. Jack saying Leonard Williams. Dude, how about the pick 6 for Big Cat? Dude, he's playing like the best football of his life right now. He has been such a beast. And honestly, like, that's what I'm saying, right? Not to make everything about the Vikings, but like, I would much rather play the NFC South than have to go up against Leonard Williams and that nasty looking Seahawks defense, you know? Nasty looking Seahawks defense. That Vikings Seattle game is going to be good. Good week for Seattle, though. Good week for Seattle. How about Geno getting the win against his old team? I love it. I respect the traitor label. I get it. If you considered that Detroit winning today would make me feel really happy, I understand that. You know, that's fair. That is fair. Caden saying, hey, doctor, let's play this fun game where we say what countries the NFC North represent and why. Yeah, well played. Next question. Crabs in a bucket. Parachamp saying he's definitely going to clip me chanting go Pack go for when we play week 17. Respect. I deserve it, right? I deserve it. Use it against me. I have no shame. Oh man, Parker, welcome to the stream, Parker. Good to have you in here. Saying crack one of them drinks I left in Georgia. Lord knows that there's a lot. There's a lot. Oh man, yeah, we got Ryan Nasty in here. Welcome back to the stream. I thought that was you. You're Vita Vea's chipped tooth, right? I thought that was you. Maybe I'm mistaken. But yeah, you are in 4th place in the pick'ems. Dude, you've been killing it. It's a tight race right now. We got a great race at the top. Yeah. Vita Vea's chip tooth. I love that name so much. That's so awesome. Welcome to the stream, Ryan Nasty. Good to have you in here. All right, let's talk about this game a little bit. We've got 10 minutes till kickoff. Obviously, people are going to be filing in. We'll just be hanging out, talking ball all night long, right? We've got the game. We can talk about this past Sunday slate of games, right? You know, there's a lot to catch up on in the NFL. Been away for a little over a week now. It's been like a week and a half, which is kind of crazy, but I'll just go out and say it. And again, maybe I'm doing this. Maybe I'm a little biased because this would help the Vikings, and I've got other agendas I'm pushing. We're going to talk about the pick'ems. You know who I picked to win this game? I'm not going to lie. I picked the Packers. I did. You know, I think it's safe to say, okay, Packers and Lions split, right? Lions, obviously an incredible team, right? They've had a great season. Here's what I'll say. And it kind of sucks that it's come down to this, right? Because it's been kind of a problem for the Lions all year, and now it might like really be brutal. But dude, their injuries up front right now, it's bad. It is bad, right? I guess maybe Zadarius Smith is playing. I'm looking at their depth chart right now. I thought he was out, but maybe not. But no DJ Reader, no Josh Pascal, no Levi Onwuzurike, obviously no Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, their defensive front is just decimated right now, right? They're still a little banged up at linebacker. This is a very, very injured defense, you know. I mean, it's tough, right? And you hate for it to come down to this. And I will say, they were injured pretty badly when they played last time in Lambeau, and they were able to take care of business. You know, there might be some people that try and tell you like, oh, that was a close game and it only came down to a few plays. Yeah, but also like the Lions most certainly controlled like 55 of the 60 minutes of that game. Like the outcome was never really in doubt, right? The Lions thoroughly outplayed the Packers in their own house last time. But this Green Bay running game is really good. I really like Josh Jacobs a lot today. And as crazy as this might sound, I honestly think this Packers offense is going to do, well, I mean, it's not crazy, right? But I think this Packers offense might be suited for a better showing here today indoors. Because if you remember that last game, it was kind of rainy. It was kind of nasty out, right? And obviously the Lions had to play in those conditions too, right? The Lions are really well built for those types of games, right? They're able to just pound the rock a little bit. I think we might see a better Jordan Love game here today. And I don't know. Maybe a few plays to Christian Watson. No Romeo Doubs, right? I'm going to take the Packers in a close one. I'll say Green Bay 28, Detroit 25. That's what I'll go with. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Who are you guys rocking with here in this game today? Who did y'all pick in the Pick'em League? But anyways, that's my soapbox. That's my pick for today's game. We got Zhao in here. Welcome to the stream, Joao. Man, I like say your name like 4 different ways. It feels like I feel so bad all the time. But saying his fantasy name is Pete Carroll's chewing gum. That's awesome. Oh man, he used to chew so much gum back in the day, as if he wasn't coaching last year, but just walking around the sideline. Jack loves the team name. That's awesome. That's awesome. Ryan SD saying, I've had that as a name since it happened against the Colts a couple of years ago. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I think it might have been last year, right? Because I know the Bucks played the Colts last year. I can't lie. I don't actually remember Vita Vea chipping his tooth, but I know the Bucks played the Colts last year, and then they played them in 2021 as well. But it must have been last year. But Kira saying, my Broncos gave me about panic attack about oh wow, I can't read right now. My Broncos gave me about 3 panic attacks on Monday. Dude, what a game. How about the Broncos and the Browns giving us like one of the best games of the year? That game was awesome. I was not prepared for that at all, but that was a great game, man. That was a great game. We got the classic Jameis shenanigans, right? We had a crazy Bo Nix throw, a couple of pick sixes, you know, McMillan with the nice play to seal it. Had a little bit of everything. That was a Monday Night Classic right there. Sebastian saying the Lions have the power of friendship on their side, so that's something, dude, they do, right? Oh, Ben Johnson's leaving. Nope, he's coming back, right? And we did this back in 2022, 2023. Okay, Ben Johnson is certainly going now, right? He's too big of a name not to. Nope, he's staying forever. Ben Johnson is never going to leave. Neither is Aaron Glenn. The Lions are going to stay together forever. It's like, oh my gosh, just leave. Respectfully, just leave. Christine, welcome to the stream. Christine, good to have you in here. Saying, you know who I picked? Christine's rocking with the Lions, and I gotta say, shout out Christine, who is in third place, believe it or not, up to third place now in the Pick'ems Challenge. She's got a real chance to win it, folks. She's got a real chance to win it. She's been killing it. I have not been helping her at all. In fact, like, she'll run through her picks. I'll give my takes, but she's standing on business. She's rolling with her picks. She is killing it. She's got a chance to win this prize here. Pair Champ saying both teams are coming off a week back-to-back Thursday games. He's going to go with the Packers 31-24. Ryan Asti likes the Lions just cuz. Joao says my Joao is getting better. Let's go, right? Hey, my soccer watching helps me just a little bit sometimes, just a little bit. We got Gabe in here. Welcome to the stream, Gabe. Good to have you in here, saying he can't lie. I have been saying I can't lie a lot, haven't I? I can't lie. I've been saying I can't lie a lot. I'll catch myself. I'll sink into like phrases of the week. You know, that might be my phrase of the week. But Caden saying Bo Nix MVP, pushing the agenda. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, how about rookie of the year first? How about he takes care of business at rookie of the year first? Brock Bowers, baby. Brock Bowers. That'd be my pick. But he definitely chipped his tooth. There's a slow-mo of it. I'm going to have to look this up, dude. I'm going to have to look this up. Joao asking, where would Ben Johnson be the most fun at? You know, I'm going to switch up my Jaguars pick, right? Because I always say, oh, please put him on the Jags, right? Please put him with Trevor. I do think that would be fun. What's another team? I mean, the Bears would be pretty fun. I mean, Caleb has been looking really good. They've obviously got the talent at receiver. Bengals, that would be crazy. Yeah, I'm seeing Gabe talking about the Bengals, right? And honestly, you know, I saw a report today that like Zach Taylor might not actually be on the hot seat just because their owner is so patient. I mean, think about how long Marvin Lewis stuck around there, right? Like, it wouldn't shock me if they didn't fire Zach Taylor. They probably should. If they did, Ben Johnson on the Bengals would be sick. Caden saying put Ben in Miami. Ooh, that'd be spicy. I wonder if Miami would want to go from offensive guy to offensive guy after the McDaniel experience. I don't think they're going to fire him either. You know, they'll give him a mulligan this year because Tua got hurt and everything, and they'll tell themselves like, you know, we could have made the playoffs with him, which could be true, but the reckoning is coming. I mean, that's been my big take for a while. I don't want to dogpile on him too much. That would be an interesting one, though, right? Let him kind of spearhead the offensive rebuild there a little bit. I like it. Christine saying this is where my major comes in handy. Mathematics, yeah. Math and picking football. Crunching the numbers. Bo Nix, my king Super Bowl MVP. Dude, if Bo Nix is Super Bowl MVP, I would do something. I don't know. Parachamp asking, where do I think T. Higgins goes? Patriots? That makes the most sense, honestly, right? I mean, get the Patriots another receiver. They have the money. They can go make a move this offseason. Dude, every week, man, Drake May just looks better and better and better. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him. And this is on a fairly bad offense, right? The offensive line is still not great. The weapons are still not great. The play calling still isn't great. But you could just tell, man, he has the goods. He looks so good. I'm close to saying some irresponsible things about Drake May. Man, there's a reason I wanted him on the Vikings so bad, but it's chill. We got Sammy Skull and JJ. But Ryan Asti with an interesting question for me, saying a lot of people have told me that the Lions won the Goff-Stafford trade. I say the Rams have won it so far. The goal's ringing unless the Lions win a wing. Wow. Unless the Lions win a ring, it's Rams have won it so far. No, I'm with you, right? And here's the thing. You could tell me it's an even trade. I won't get upset with that, right? Because the Lions did get a lot of depth. They got some good draft capital. They've put those picks to good use. But also, again, you're right. Like, the Rams got the better quarterback, and then they won the Super Bowl the next year, right? Like, that was the objective of the trade for the Rams, was this guy is going to get us over the hump, and we are going to win the Super Bowl, and they did that in year one. But you could also say, okay, the goal for the Lions was let's kickstart a rebuild, let's move on from Stafford, and let's load up on young talent. And they absolutely did that too. I would call it even, and I hate calling trades even, right? Like, I know that's like such a lame cop-out, but I would not say that the Lions won the trade necessarily. But it's about as even as it can get, you know. We got Season 411 in here. Welcome to the stream, Season 4 and 11. Good to have you in here. I don't know that I've seen you before. Maybe you haven't. I'm just like tripping and I forgot or something. But he's picking Detroit for this one. I think they have more determination tonight, and they've looked a lot less shaky than the Packers, especially the past few weeks. That is fair. Green Bay, as good as they've been, and they only have 3 losses, right? They feel a little under the radar for a 9-3 team, probably because they're third in their own division. But they have been a little up and down. They've had a few weird games, even ones where they've won, right? This is still a very young team, very young offense. It's still kind of growing together a little bit, but hey, it is Toyotathon. It is Toyotathon. Toyotathon is on, and if you guys know the lore, that means Jordan Love is now goated. I think it was Carson from Nerd Sesh that originally cooked that up. It was someone from TikTok, but I know there was some talk about that on Twitter this week, right? People are catching on to the Jordan Love Toyotathon, but Toyotathon is here. It's been here for 3 weeks now, and Jordan Love is playing his best football of the season. So who's to say? Who's to say? All right, I got to switch this. Hold on. I got to get this correct here. Got the game starting, but look at that. We got an active chat early on. Can't complain about that. Season 4 and 11 saying, as a Dolphins fan, I would love Ben. I mean, that would be pretty sick, right? Who wouldn't want Ben Johnson, you know? Caden saying 1-15 against 500 teams. I'm assuming you mean Mike McDaniel. Yeah. Can't say I'm surprised, respectfully, you know? Here we go. First play for the Lions. We got the Prime Vision up, right? They switched it up a little bit. I think I'm getting used to it. You know, the almost like the Madden camera angle, right? I really like it for the run game. You know, taking a look at a run play right here to start things off, right? I love how you can see the blocks develop from this camera angle. You know, it's not the traditional side-facing broadcast angle. I don't know how much of you are watching like the standard versus Prime Vision. In the passing game, it's not the best, but I still like it. I don't know. I might switch back and forth a little bit. When I watched the Prime game, it was the Black Friday game last week. We just had the regular broadcast on. I was not about to be at my friend's house like, yo, can you actually turn on Prime Vision? Especially because we were on a pirated stream. It's like, yo, find the pirated stream of Prime Vision, please. Lions finding themselves in third and short here. Gabe saying he can say some irresponsible things about Drake. Oh, we know. They not like us. They not like us. Oh boy, we got some Matthew Stafford wife talk in chat. Third and short for the Lions. 3rd and 2. They're going to pass it. All right. Goff slinging it. Easy. Amon-Ra out in the flat. Man, easy as you like right there. My goodness. Hit a headstand against the Packers last time, right? That was too easy. 3rd and 2, right? They'll get you into those 3rd and shorts, and they're just so good, right? Even when they throw the ball, and you got to worry about the run game. Clean pocket for Goff right there. Ben in his bag early. Is that Brock Wright in the backfield? I feel like they've been doing that a lot this year. Little fullback. Oh, that was a good ball by Goff. Amon-Ra dropped it. Decent coverage right there, but that was a nice ball by Jared Goff. All right, maybe I do like this angle for the passing game. I was able to, like, that was, like, right on the numbers, you know. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you put that in a good spot. Pair Champ with good question. We'll get to that in a sec here after this next play. 2nd and 10 now. A lot of people have been saying they feel big Jameson Williams game tonight here. He's got it in him. He's been good this year. Oh! Montgomery. Nice little juke. You know, he can shift around a little bit too, right? He's the Knuckles to Jahmyr Gibbs' Sonic, right? But he can move in the open field a little bit. Pierre Champ asking, Do I think any other head coaches get canned this season or by the end of the year? Doug on the Jags, probably. That's the easy one, right? I think Daboll might be gone. And I like Daboll enough. Like, I really like him as an offensive mind. But it also seems like maybe the culture in New York isn't the best. And they've had the whole Daniel Jones situation, right? So I actually have a Brian Daboll fan cast that I want to talk about a little bit. Like, I've got my perfect match for Daboll's next stop. Well, play action. Oh, speaking of shifty. Skibbity gibbity, my goodness. I'm so sorry. That was a nice move by Jahmyr Gibbs right there. We got Henry in here too. What's up, Henry? Good to have you in here saying, what's up, Eric? Hope I had a good Thanksgiving. I did. You know, a lot of family, a lot of friends, a lot of football. Got to go out to the Vikings-Cardinals game out US Bank Stadium last Saturday. Wow. Sunday. That was Sunday. It was a long day at work today. I was actually quite productive at work today, but that was pretty awesome. Vikings gave me a bit of a heart attack in that one, but you know, that's just your average Vikings game right there. But it was a good Thanksgiving. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving too, right? Back in Georgia. Must have been nice to be back down south. Would be crazy if you came back here forever. Gabe saying, who are my favorite players in the matchup and my least favorite players? I'm going to have to think about that one for a sec. That's a good question, though. For other coaches that might get canned, I could see Antonio Pierce being one and done, honestly. Like, I don't know. He was the interim bump hire, and Max Crosby was like, if you don't hire him, I'm going to leave forever. Speaking of JMO, there's JMO. But, you know, and he was the defensive coach, and the defense hasn't been great. And he's had some terrible game management decisions, right? Just like bad punts, bad clock management and stuff. Like, I could see him being like a one and done coach, honestly. I think the Saints will hire a new coach, right? Like, I don't know that they stick with their interim. And then the Jets will probably hire a new one too, right? They won't stick with their interim. So we'll have some openings for sure. But I really want to see Brian Daboll go be the OC for New England next year. I think that would be such a good fit, right? We saw what he did with Josh Allen back in Buffalo, right? He has ties to New England. Daboll actually coached there under Belichick for a little bit. And I do think he is a great offensive mind. I think he does a great job making life easy for the quarterback. He does a great job bringing the best out of a mobile quarterback, which Drake May most certainly is. I think that would be a great fit. I would love to see Brian Daboll go be the OC in New England for a year or two and help develop Drake May a little bit more. See the call from John Hussey. You're going to get a hold here. But 5 favorite players and 5 least favorite players. I'll give a few for each side. I don't know if I could come up with 5 favorite players in this matchup. I do really like Jordan Love, though. I don't know. He's just such a fun player to watch. We'll go Jordan Love. David Montgomery's pretty sick. I loved him with his carrot after the Thanksgiving game. I mean, I could say like pretty much all the Lions O-line. They're pretty sick. I've got some candidates for least favorite player. The Lions safeties. I like Jahmyr Gibbs. I like both the Lions backs, but Bucky Irving for offensive rookie of the year. Ooh, man. I mean, you can throw his name in the ring, right? It's going to be a lot for him to overcome the quarterbacks and Brock Bowers, but he has been a beast. Like, he has definitely been the best rookie back. No question about it. He's such a good runner. He's so much fun to watch. I love Bucky so much, dude. I have him on like 3 of my fantasy teams. I managed to snag him in one of my dynasty leagues this year. Dude, he's so good. I love Bucky so much. I'm all aboard the Bucky train. Lions are going to face a very interesting 3rd and goal here after that Laporta catch. You know, actually, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to talk about this in my video, which is coming. I'm actually going to like start recording it like end of this week or next week, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to spoil anything actually, but let's see what we got here. I'm probably going to throw it, right? Yeah. Too far to run it. Oh, he had him. Well, no, he didn't really have him. Oh, they're going to get the flag. Going to Tim Patrick. 1st and goal for the Lions. Henry asking how I'm feeling about the upcoming Vikings-Falcons game. So funny you ask, right? Because honestly, before Sunday, before the Kirk meltdown against the Chargers, I would have been like, dude, respectfully, I think we're going to pants the Falcons. Like, I think we're going to win by 20. Here's the problem, though, and this is so dumb, right? Like, this is just me being a Vikings doomer. Like, there's no actual real rhyme or reason to this. This is me just, like, being nervous of, like, what if something bad happens to my favorite team, right? But honestly, you know the whole Kirk spiel, right? He's going to have like 10 games where he's about what you expect. He's going to have 3 or 4 stinkers. And then for 3 or 4 games, you're going to get Demon Kirk, right? We've seen Demon Kirk a few times now. I mean, it was really just against the Bucs. We saw Demon Kirk twice against the Bucs, right? Maybe against the Eagles. But I'm just a little scared we might see Demon Kirk one last time against us, right? There's no like logical reason for thinking this, right? Brian Flores should mess him up. Kirk has been terrible against the blitz this year, right? You know, he's been very up and down this year, but he's looking washed as ever these past few weeks, right? I mean, he's not been moving very well. His arm doesn't look as strong. Just some laughable interceptions, right? The Vikings should mess him up. But I'm a little scared, dude. I'm just a little scared. There's the Monty touchdown you're asking for, Parker, right there. David Montgomery opening touchdown, hitting his little pose right there. Maybe he'll get a little carrot on the sideline. What a start for the Lions. Man, that was a march right there. Taking a little over 5 minutes off the clock. 11 plays, 70 yards, and an opening touchdown. Jeez Louise. Well, maybe that's what I get for picking against the Lions. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I mean, they got into like a few third downs, but I don't know. Their offense did not look like it broke a sweat at all. But I'm still going to say the Vikings beat the Falcons, but I think it might be close. I don't know. Kirk might have one last trick up his sleeve. Here's what I'll say, though. If Kirk struggles again, right, like if we get another Bozo Kirk game, right, another Kirk stinker, now I'm with you, Henry. Dude, I legitimately think Kirk might be playing for his job on Sunday, right? This is one last test for him, right? All right, Kirk, if you can beat Flores, we will keep you in. If not, we're going to the kid, right? We drafted him as like an insurance policy / developmental plan / this / that, right? But they'll be like, dude, like we're competing for the division. Like we need you to not suck. And like you have sucked for the past month. I really think he's playing for his job on Sunday. And of course, it's against the Vikings at US Bank Stadium. So it's just like I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's going to be a crazy game, right? I mean, you know, the Vikings and the Falcons. We never play a normal game ever. So it'll probably be tied with like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter or something, but I'm not gonna lie. I kind of have to prey on the Falcons' downfall this week. I mean, dude, if we lose, that's gonna be so humiliating. Everyone's gonna be like, you wasted Kirk Cousins. You know, it's like, I can't take that, dude. I can't take that, but oh man. Sebastian asking, Doc, if Jordan Love doesn't play well, do you think the Lions will bring Jordan Haidt out onto the field? Dude, I didn't even consider Jordan Haidt. That would be crazy. Or wouldn't it be LeBron Haidt? Sorry. But yeah, there's your Monty TD. Henry asking, also speaking of coaches, have I talked about the rumors? Belichick is in talks with UNC for their opening. You know, I saw that like just before going live. I saw that like maybe 15 minutes before going on. That's crazy. Like that just was not on my radar whatsoever, right? I mean, he's got to be itching to like get out of media and like get back on the sideline, right? You know, I mean, he's doing the Manning cast and all that. And it's a shame because honestly, I think he's been doing a pretty good job, all things considered. Like, I think he's an entertaining analyst, you know? He's just kicking back, talking ball, right? I don't know if you saw that clip a few weeks ago, like, on the Manning cast, just casually pointing out an illegal formation, like, well before the flag is even thrown, right? He's like, oh, that's going to be an illegal formation. And then, like, 2 seconds later, you see the flag on the field. It's like, dude, that's so sick, right? Like, we need more of that in football media. But I mean, hey, if he wants to coach, go coach, right? But I just can't picture him as a college coach. Like, I'm trying to picture him like recruiting, especially in like the day of NIL. Just like, well, you know, we can, can give you a Hellcat if you want, and we might be able to line up an endorsement deal with a local restaurant. Like, I don't know, man. I just think that's so weird. I think that'd be so crazy. But Christine saying, I will get the moment you stole last year back at the Vikings-Falcons game. Fair enough. You know, we did go to the Vikings-Falcons game last year, right? We never play a normal game. I'm telling you, Christine, the Vikings never play a normal game. The Falcons never play a normal game. The earth may explode when we play against each other on Sunday. Hopefully not. I mean, the earth exploding would be kind of a bummer, but Parker's already 1 for 3 on his parlay. Let's go. I peeked the picks earlier, right? You need Christian Watson to step up, and it was Amon-Ra, right? All right. There you go. Good start. Good start. We got Gabe with the super chat. Thank you so much, Gabe. Appreciate the super chat. Saying Bundle Ruski, dude. Bundle Ruski do. Oh my gosh, dude. That commercial gets me. Not always in a good way. Sometimes I enjoy it ironically, but it's like, all right, Andy Reid, you goober. Crowd getting loud early. Packers on offense now. Let's see what kind of answer they got here. They're going to start with a play action fake. Love goes down. So much for the beat up defensive line. And it's Big Z against his old team. Hitting a celly. The man who's getting passed around the NFC North. Big Z with the big sack. Here we go. Oh, fair question. You know what? That's true. Fair question, Gabe. Very true. Dude, that's crazy because the last time the Packers and Lions played in this building was Thanksgiving, right? First play of the game, Green Bay dialed up a shot to Christian Watson. I think they were trying to dial up another shot play there. The Lions were ready this time, though. Zadarius Smith has been playing good football, too, ever since coming over to Detroit. Love's going to take off now. Yeah, he's got to get some of those yards back. And that's crazy, Love getting sacked, right? Because that is one of his superpowers, right? You talk about how some of the best quarterbacks in the league just don't take sacks. I mean, for as much as we make about Jordan Love's interceptions, Jordan Love has taken like fewer sacks than he's thrown picks this year, right? I mean, it's incredible how he's able to manage pressure and like escape sacks and make throws on the run and take off and scramble. But getting a sack on first down against Jordan Love, that's a big deal. Now you got a 3rd and 9, right? And they had a good run, but now it's back to 3rd and 9 because that sack was such a big loss. Oh, they're showing pressure. Are they going to blitz him? Yeah, they are. They're going to heat him up. Love has been good against the blitz. Not there, though. No call. Wow. Oh, no, we do have a flag down. I'm crazy. I was going to say that would be crazy if they called the one on Patrick, but not that one. Yeah. I think it's fair to call both of those, honestly. Season 4 and 11 started the Lions defense in fantasy today, and they get a sack on the first play. Let's go. Let's go. Power of friendship. It's alive and well, man. Oh, yeah, he hooked him right there. That's a pretty easy call to make. Yeah. Big first down for the Packers there, man. Going 3 and out would have been brutal to start this game off. It would have been brutal. I like that idea, Gabe. A little Pro Bowl ballot at halftime. I might have to do that. I've always wanted to vote for the Pro Bowl on stream, right? Everyone vote. Your vote matters. We are in a democracy, and I'm going to use my civic powers to vote for the Pro Bowl. I like it. We're going to do that. We're going to vote for the Pro Bowl at halftime. I'll walk through my ballot here a little bit. Jack saying, watch Jamal Adams go off with the Lions. Oh, he so would, right? He so would. Oh, Demon Jamal from the Jets is back. Oh. He's going to get 9 interceptions and 20 sacks in 3 games. Wait. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Did Aleem McNeil get hurt? Oh my gosh. Dude, the Lions just can't catch a break up front. That's terrible, dude. What a season he's having. I mean, spoiler alert, dude, he's making my Pro Bowl ballot. He might be like all pro this year, dude. He's such a special player. That sucks. 2nd and 9. I don't think they've handed it to Jacobs yet, have they? They have not. Little screen to Wicks. Nothing really doing there. Man, there's like 3 guys surrounding Christian Watson who is supposed to block for that. I mean, he blocked one guy, but that screen was going nowhere. Gabe with a little bit of encouragement. That's awesome. I am shocked. They have not given the ball to Josh Jacobs on the ground once yet. And I mean, I don't know that they can do that here on 3rd and 6, right? I thought it was going to be a big Josh Jacobs game coming into this, and they have really been leaning on him. But they're opening it up with Love early. Now they got Chris Brooks in the backfield. They're going to blitz again. Love with the little fadeaway floater. Nah, missed him. Looking for Wicks. Might have had a step or two on Amik Robinson. I think I got his name right, Robertson. But yeah, I mean, that's a tough throw to hit right there. Love with just a little bit too much on it. All right, so both 3rd downs now. The Lions have tried to get after Love and blitz him, right? I was reading some articles earlier today, right? Love has been fantastic against the blitz this year. He has been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, but they got him right there. You know, that is another one of his things, right? He's not perfected, but when he's on, that fadeaway throw is just so dangerous, right? Because it can just buy in that extra half a second, but also that's how you get to all those interceptions, right? You know, it can get him into some trouble. Absolutely. But good first possession for the Lions. I mean, they got the Packers into a 3rd and long, and then the penalty gave them the first down, but then they got him into another 3rd and long. They sacked Love once. Their blitzes have been pretty good so far. Aaron Glenn's been calling a good game. You know, talking about Lions coordinators, obviously we all love Ben Johnson, right? And, you know, he'll probably get a job unless he stays again forever. Aaron Glenn's getting a job too, dude. I mean, he has been so good as their DC this year. And I was a bit of an Aaron Glenn doubter last year. Nah, he's answered the call. You know, he does run a man-heavy scheme, which sometimes can get him into trouble. But also it really doesn't matter, dude. They're so good against the run. His blitzes are really good. He gets after the quarterback really well. And even without Hutchinson, man, their defense is playing well. He is going to get a job. Absolutely. He did almost have it, though. I mean, he's just like a hair off, right? You know, just a yard or two too much. Otherwise, that would have been a big play to Wicks, who got open there, you know. It's been a weird year for Dontavion Wicks. I loved him so much coming into this year, and he still shows a high ability to separate and get open, but just so many concentration drops and inconsistency, and he's been banged up a little bit. It's been a frustrating year for someone who has Dontavion Wicks stocks, both in fantasy and just like as an agenda pusher. But Michael, welcome to the stream. Let's go, Michael. With the MCDC quote, we got to read it verbatim every time. Here's what I would say, because I tell my family this. Just wear a diaper before some of these games. I'll give them an alert and say, put them on and be ready to roll. Let's go. Let's go. Only 5 net yards for the Packers on that drive. Yeah. I mean, hey, Lions defense coming to play here early. Jordan Love 1 for 2, 3 yards. 1 carry, 8 yards on the scramble. That's it. And then the sack. Yeah, that's it. Man. This place might explode if the Lions get another touchdown here, right? You know, I was hyping this up as a good game, and it's a long game, but man, Lions get up 14-0 early. You start to get a little concerned for the Packers. I mean, they have been a runaway freight train in most of these games, right? And if they get up, they can just kill you from there, right? I mean, if they get off to a fast start, then it's Monty and Gibbs the rest of the way, and they will beat you into submission. They take no prisoners. They'll throw it to their linemen. They'll do hook and ladders up 40. Ben Johnson's going to be sitting here like, yeah, I'm him. They are not to be trifled with. These are not your father's lions. These are not your older brother's lions. These are the lions of now. And they are evil and ruthless and merciless, like any lion should be. There's Gibbs. Not much doing right there. Oh, what a time, man. The Detroit Lions are the big bad boys on the block in the NFL. How about trust in the process? Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes built this, man. They really built this. I think they might cut it loose here. First down run with Gibbs. I think they might throw past the sticks. Nah, and that's why I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll just give it to Gibbs again. Throw it at about medium here for the Lions, right? They're so good at staying out of 3rd and long. Goff doesn't get pressured a lot. They can just run on 1st down and get like 4 yards every time. Man. Gabe asking, what's the best sandwich I've ever had? I might have to think about that. You know, Larry's is up there. I don't know if it's the best, but it's certainly up there. Anything I've had from Larry's is up there. And Caden, Parker, or Jack Gothberger, if you're in here, respectfully, I just can't get down with your Larry's take. I really can't. Goff is going to go down. Packers getting a stop. It's Rashawn Gary back in Michigan. Man, he's a guy that the Packers have been waiting to come alive, and he's shown a lot of signs of life recently. And, you know, this pass rush has been up and down, but there's a lot of talent up front. He just beat Sewell, kind of. I mean, there was a little bit of a stunt. It wasn't a straight up clean win on Sewell, you know. Zeitler kind of took him out a little bit, right? That was good design by Jeff Hafley, the Packers defensive coordinator right there. But Rashawn Gary getting after the quarterback. Goff goes down. The Lions get a 3 and out. There were runaway train talks. Now the Packers are going to get the ball at like midfield. Michael, with me. The Larry's Giant Subs is elite. Dude, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm trying to think of all the subs I've had there. I've tried at least 5 or 6 different flavors. All just bangers. Oh, man. What is my favorite one there? You know, my go-to is the Inferno steak. That one is good stuff right there. The Italian beef is good. I've had the pizza sub. I like salty meat, if you haven't noticed. The chicken Philly is really good. I don't know that I've had the meatball sub, which is crazy. Okay, saying can't bring himself to root for the Packers tonight. Gonna assume you're a Vikings fan. I respect that. I mean, I totally respect it, right? It's a principle. I still am. There's Jacobs. First carry of the game for Jacobs. And what do you know? He gets like 6 yards. This Matt LaFleur run game, man, right? This has kind of been the trend. These Shanahan guys, right? You think of the Shanahan tree, you think of their offense, you think of wide zone. But McVay and LaFleur particularly have really started to branch out. They're really starting to run between the tackles a lot more. I mean, that's why they brought in Josh Jacobs, was to run concepts like they just ran right there. I'm not smart enough to tell you if that was power or duo or whatever, right? I know vaguely what those are, but I can't like point it out on my TV yet. I'm going to try and lock in and do that, you know, maybe for next season, right? That'd be so sick if I'm just watching a game with the fellas and I'm like, dude, they've run duo like 5 times on this drive, you know. I'm not quite there yet. It's chill though. But I do know that they're doing it more, you know. If I like really sit down, if I like turn on some all 22 and I watch a play like 5 times, I can be like, oh, okay, I know what they're doing now. But Christine saying this man's sodium intake goes crazy. It does. I offset it with this, you know why I drink so much water? Hydration is good, but also I'm just a really salty guy. Hot sauce on everything. And a lot of it. Jack, I'll get to your question in a sec. I do love the traffic sign question. I'll have to think about that. I'll give like an actual serious answer for that because I'm intrigued by that question. Love under pressure again. The Lions blitz working again. Dude, Aaron Glenn having the quarter of his life. Oh my gosh, his 3rd down blitzes have been goated. Look at that. Just absolutely nothing. Oh, it's a jailbreak. Josh Myers just got dusted, and the play broke down from there. Josh Myers just got his tail whipped. Are they going for it? They are. Let's go. They came to compete, baby. Let's go. Line up and hit someone. Come to compete. Bring out the diapers. It is loud in Ford Field. They won't dare blitz again, will they? I don't think they'll blitz this time. I think they'll rush 4. They gotta hurry. Oh, boo. Boo. See, it happened again. It happened again, right? You line up like you're gonna go for it on the road, and then you don't actually snap it, and then the crowd just goes insane. They're hitting the cheese grater. They're hitting the cheese grater, right? The Lions players are pumping up the crowd. You want to have a momentum swing. That is how you do it. You're just injecting life into the crowd for no reason. I cannot stand that, man. I'm sorry. I just cannot stand that. That's a great question. How did they allow that? I mean, they had to know, right? They're going to be chill with it. Like, oh, it's a bit, right? Like the odds of you actually harming someone with a cheese grater is pretty low. Like they're like, oh, it's the Packers. We'll let it slide. If they tried to bring in a cheese grater for like the Seahawks game, they might be like, all right, what's this for? That is hilarious, though. Favorite traffic sign. Favorite traffic sign. Oh. I really like the ones that you see in like on like rural highways for like deer crossing. It's just like a jumping deer. And to me, I think for one, it's nostalgic because it makes me think of the lake, right? Going to the lake out in Minnesota, out in the summer growing up, right? You'd see a lot of signs for that. The deer just looks really sick, right? It's just the silhouette of a deer, like just leaping. And also, like as a kid, I was like, yo, that's so sick. We might see a deer. Like they have to put up signs for deer because there's so many deer here. Like, what if we see a deer? And sometimes you would. I think the deer crossing sign is my favorite traffic sign. I don't know about you guys. What is everyone else's favorite traffic sign? But I'm going to go with the deer crossing sign. That's crazy. I did not think I would spend a minute talking about the deer crossing sign, but here we are. That is awesome. This chat never disappoints, man. Gabe says I'd never support Rashawn Gary. I could never. Yeah, boo blue. Boo blue. Man is trying to get his blood pressure to the same number as his football IQ. Wouldn't that be something? I think my blood pressure might be higher, especially during Vikings games. Well, Lions do get the ball back quickly. You know, the Packers had some good field position there, right? They started at about midfield. But man, they just get to like 3rd and 5, and then the Lions just blitz the living daylights out of them. I mean, I get you've had only 2 drives, and they've been short drives, but I just don't I don't know how you can let the first quarter be almost done and Josh Jacobs has 1 carry. With the way he's running the ball, with the way the line has been blocking this season, and with how banged up the Lions are up front, I guess he has 2 carries now, whatever, right? I just think, like, man, he's got to be getting the rock a little bit more if I'm Green Bay here. And now you're in a dangerous spot because, you know, again, just every time you give the ball back to this Lions offense, it's a dangerous game to play, right? Like, if you get a stop on the Lions, and this is going to sound crazy, right? But if you stop this Lions offense on a drive, you feel like, wow, like we got lucky a little bit. I don't know, man. They're just so good. They're just so good. So, dangerous game to play for Green Bay. Like, you know, you go down 14-0. It's like, you know, you're not going to like abandon the run, but like you go down and it's a lesser part of the game, you know? And I felt like that was their ticket to winning here tonight. Good start there with JMO. Like 8 yards just out in the flat, man. Jack asking my least favorite traffic sign, and why is it speed limit? Ooh, my least favorite traffic sign. Yield. It's just obnoxious. I don't like its aura. I don't know. The slippery car sign is cool. The slippery road sign. All the slippery signs are nice. And they're helpful too. They're very functional, right? I mean, if you're just judging off of like how cool a sign is, you know, that's one thing. But the slippery road, that's nice. Or like bridge ices before road. That's another good one, right? Midwesterners would know. I mean, they have those signs in Georgia. What am I talking about? Least favorite sign. I would say I am not a fan of, and this is very specific, I don't like when they put a do not enter sign in between 2 different lanes on the highway. Like, I'm not explaining this well. Like, it's tough to visualize, I guess. Also, did the Packers just stop Gibbs? 3rd and 4, they ran it. I think they're like a hair short. Here's where you get interesting. The crowd loves it. Yeah, the offense is staying out there, I think. They're going to bring in the hammer. Call him Harold. They're calling David Montgomery the hammer. Yeah, he's short. Now, are the Lions going to stand on business and go? I think they just gave him the first down. Just kidding. I guess he did get it. Well, do we have a challenge from LaFleur maybe? Yeah, the camera just cut to him. It's got to be. That'd be crazy if they win the challenge and the Lions just go for it anyways. Runaway truck sign. No, that's a great one. That one blew my mind when I first saw it. I see a runaway truck sign all the time when I would drive from Fargo to Athens or vice versa, right? That drive, and this is one of my favorite stretches of driving that I've ever seen in the country so far. Granted, like, you know, there's a lot of the country I haven't seen, right? But what I have seen, honestly, one of my favorite stretches to drive is in between Nashville and Chattanooga, like the mountains between Nashville and Chattanooga. It's just so pretty out there. And they have runaway truck signs, right? Like, oh, if you lose control of your truck and it's running away on the mountain, here's the ramp, right? That is a great call right there. That's a great pull. The construction zone sign in Montana, that would be my least favorite sign. The road closed for construction sign in Montana near the Target. That is my least favorite sign ever. That's what I'll say. Oh, man. Yeah, that is my least favorite sign. Michael asking, is Eric Bieniemy finished after getting canned by UCLA? He might be, but did you see what his agent said, though? He pretty much said, like, yeah, Eric Bieniemy always wanted to go back to the NFL. Him going to UCLA was just a favor for his little brother, or like he sees this head coach as his little brother, and he just did him a favor or something like that. Like, that is a crazy thing for your agent to say. I don't know, man. It's not like he was particularly great in Washington either, right? I mean, I don't think he's going to get a head coaching gig at this point, right? He was a hot name a few years ago, but I don't know. He'll like stick around. He'll be a coach somewhere. He used to be the Vikings running back coach, believe it or not, back when we had young Adrian Peterson. But I don't know. He'll probably be like an assistant in the NFL, maybe like a running backs coach for like the Saints or something. That's my prediction. Eric Bieniemy prediction. Lock it in. Running back coach for the Saints. There we go. Whoever their new hire is, will bring him in as their running back coach. Wrong way is Pear Champ's least favorite. Yeah, that is true, right? Oh, the darn government just like taking away our liberties of driving wherever we want on the road. Detour is a rage bait sign. Yeah. It's kind of helpful though, right? Like, it's obviously maddening, but they're like, hey, just go this way, you know? Yeah, they did get it. I get LaFleur like really thought they were short. Honestly, from that camera angle, it looks like they might have been short. But, yeah. Christine says, hate a no-turn on red on an empty road. Why am I just catching all these strays right now? Hey, that never happened. Oh, my gosh. Man. Wait. Never mind. Oh, man. Henry saying it's well known he's a huge jerk, right? Talking about Bieniemy. Yeah, by huge jerk, there's allegations against him, you know. Yeah. There are Eric Bieniemy allegations, and that might have been a thing that like prevented him from getting a head coaching job. Now, I don't know how much of it is true, right? But yeah, he might have like engaged in, was it like sexual assault back when he was in like college or something, or no, back when he was a coach in college. I think it was at Colorado of all schools, if I remember. But so there is that too. But another Eric Stray, there's my government name there for you. Who is my DPOY pick and why is it Bryce Huff? Come on, bro. Hey, I didn't pick him for DPOY. I just thought he was going to get more than 7.5 sacks. And you know what? He was heating up before he got hurt. I think it was sexual assault. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm like spreading straight up misinformation. If I am, that's pretty bad. But I thought I remember reading something about that. It was either sexual assault or like domestic violence. But there was Eric Bieniemy allegations. Jack saying at that point I'm turning on red. Yeah. Well, I actually did that once and I got pulled over. Oh man, maybe the light was broken. No, that's just the one by Taco Bell on University. Oh man. Matt Patricia's music. Yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it? I forgot about that. Man, as if he wasn't enough of a disaster already. That's crazy. I forgot about that. Yeah. I've always thought like I hate when it's like a red arrow too, when like all the other lights are green. It's like just give me a flashing yellow, right? If I find an opening, I should be able to just hit that hole, right? Ah, that's a pro right there. John Hussey correcting himself, saying holding defense on a punt. And he's like, wait, technically there's no defense. It's the receiving team. That is a true pro right there. I hope that the Football Zebras Twitter account gives them some love for that. Shout out Football Zebras. Shout out zebras in general, my favorite animal. Bundale Save. Marcus Wheaton. That's a name I haven't heard in ages. Don't tell me there's Marcus Wheaton allegations. Not Marcus Wheaton. I had his rookie card. Marcus Wheaton. Man. Steelers wide receiver in like the mid 2010s. Iowa receiver, I believe, in college, right? Maybe not. I thought he was. Maybe. Marcus Wheaton. Wow. That's a pull right there. There you go. Start with Jacobs. Wow. 7-yard run for Josh Jacobs to start the drive. That's crazy. I have Jacobs in a few of my fantasy leagues too. So I'm like, come on, dude. Get him the rock. When they first signed him, I thought, oh, he and Aaron Jones are going to be such a sick duo, right? He's just going to be their better A.J. Dillon. Okay, let's go. No Marcus Wheaton allegations. Yeah, that would have been like a weird thing to just casually know. Just like, oh, was he at Auburn? Okay. But that would just be such a weird thing to know. Just like, oh, by the way, did you know Marcus Wheaton has sexual assault allegations? Just like at Thanksgiving, just like. So what have you been up to? Not much. Just reading the Marcus Wheaton Wikipedia page. If you go to the controversy section, I probably shouldn't be joking about this. This isn't funny, but Marcus Wheaton. Was he really at Auburn? I'm gonna look that up now. Oregon State Beavers. Wow, I did not have that on my radar. Here, let me switch screens here, since we're talking. Why does it always do this? This is just straight up not what my screen is on right now. I don't know why it does this. It's chill though. It's an easy fix. You just get to see my other monitor for a second. But all right, here's Marcus Wheaton. Let's look at the Pro Football Reference page. Had no idea he played for either of these teams. Immaculate Grid is about to go crazy now. Marcus Wheaton on the Eagles? That's insane. Wow, he didn't even get a target on the Eagles. That would be the most disgusting play of all time. Marcus Wheaton, Bears, Eagles. Oh. All right, I really hope when I get Bears, Eagles on a grid, I am going to hit Marcus Wheaton and get like 0.3% or something disgusting like that. Oh, he didn't even get a target. That's crazy. Technically appeared in one game though, but Sammy Coates. Yeah, I was like, there was a Steelers receiver that went to Auburn. Sammy Coates. That's a great pull. We'll look at Sammy Coates and then we'll get back to the game here. Yeah, he barely played too. Also went to the Browns and Texans. All right, Browns, Texans, Sammy Coates. Yeah. He was on like the national championship team, right? At Auburn. The one that made the national championship but lost to FSU. I don't think he played with Cam Newton. That would have been too big of a gap. But Sammy Coates. Oh, they're doing the Sonic nicknames now. Amon-Ra is Shadow. Shout out Shadow. Who's Shrek then? Probably Sewell. Oh, I have no idea who this dude is, to be honest. The guy that they're comparing Sewell to. He looks like an iced out penguin, though. He looks sick. Oh my gosh, they're chasing a ring like Sonic chases the ring. Dude, this team just couldn't be any more epic. Steelers got to stop drafting second, third round receivers. We'll see. The receiver farm is working, though, right? Because they hit on them, and then they just let them go right before they implode. You know, I mean, look at Deontay. Heating up Love again. This time, Watson's wide open. Oh, the ball. Oh, my goodness. He lost the ball. Christian Watson just keeps on selling. Oh, man. That was a great play, too. They got a chunk play. He just fumbled it. Oh, man. What a brutal break for the Packers. Man, did Kirby make the punch? Oh, he just held it awkwardly. Man. He's like a pretty good player, too, but man, he just has so many blunders. He's like elite Kadarius Toney, you know? He's like Kadarius Toney, the good ending. Oh, man. Love got hit pretty hard there, too, but he's able to get the ball out. The Lions coming up with the takeaway. Man alive. Now Goff on play action. There's Laporta. Yep. Play action, hit the middle of the field. They've been doing this for years now, right? Suck those linebackers in. Then you've got Amon-Ra and Laporta that you can throw to. Now Jameson Williams is emerging not only as a deep threat, not only as a guy that can take the top off the defense, but they can hit him on those concepts too, right? He's so good after the catch. They'll get you, man. They killed the Vikings with that. Just absolutely killed the Vikings with that. 7 first down for the Lions compared to 1 for the Packers. Lions looking good. There's Montgomery. Man. Denoris Searcy. Oh. The Doty boys just always coming through. Now we got a flag. The crowd's riled up. I looked away for 2 seconds to go like, oh, Searcy. And I missed something. Maybe some tempers flaring here. Packers getting a little bit chippy. Yeah. Wow. That's a 15-yarder. That's a big one. Can't be doing that. Was it Quay Walker? Of course it was. Yeah, I mean, dog, I get, like, you're mad, right? And there's a little bit of shoving and woofing, but, like, dog, you don't need to do that, right? He is. No, Quay Walker is always doing something. Like, he does that, like, 4 or 5 times a year, you know? That is a pretty easy one to call. Yeah, you can't be doing that in a big game like this. You just got to know better at this point, right? Whatever. Maybe Dan Skipper hit him like 1 second after the whistle. Dude, you can't hit back, and you certainly can't hit back that hard. Goff going deep. Nothing. Just chucking it. Just chucking it. He did that against the Lions his rookie year. Oh, what was it that he did? He got ejected, though, right? And he, like, slammed his helmet. Yeah. He did that against the Lions his rookie year. I can't remember what it was, but it was something stupid. Quay Walker. He did shove a ref. That's right. That was last year. Oh, who was that against? I know exactly what you're talking about, though. Yeah, he lets the voices win too often, you know? Nothing for Gibbs right there. Devontae Wyatt's been pretty good, though. He's starting to come along a little bit. Hey, there he is right there. Bang. Let's go. Now, he's a good player. He's been one of the better UGA players from the past few years. One of the better UGA defenders. Weirdly enough, I feel like UGA's been a little bit more consistent producing guys on offense than defense. Defense has been a little up and down. Well, I mean, some of the guys are coming along. Jalen Carter's really coming along now. He's starting to play up to the hype a little bit, you know, but Quay Walker's been kind of a dud so far. But Devontae Wyatt's been really good. Trayvon Walker's good. Still happy about that one, you know. Might be a bit of a Ferrari in like the bad garage type of situation, but you know. Yeah. Fred Warner getting bodied by Josh Allen. He did get bodied by, you know, that whole game was a bodying. Yeah. I watched that game for a little bit on my plane, on my flight back from Minneapolis to Atlanta. And after like 5 minutes into my flight, I was like, they're getting rocked. I'm going to watch a movie. Love Delta. Shout out Delta. Lewis Cine. Oh, I don't even think he's on a team right now. I think he's just like chilling in free agency. I don't even think he's on a team. I'm going to look that up. No, didn't someone sign him? Didn't like the Browns sign him or something? Lewis Cine. Oh, he's on the Bills. That's right. He is on the Bills. Yeah. Tough. To be fair, his leg did explode in London his rookie year. And he, you know, he wasn't really playing before that, but that certainly didn't help his development. So, but yeah. Dude, people killed Kwesi for that for so long. He's done more than enough to make up for that, but that was pretty bad. Kyle Hamilton's on the board. You trade down 20 spots with the Lions, and you take Lewis Cine. Ugh. Quay shoved a Lions trainer in the final game where the Lions knocked Rodgers out of the playoffs in 2022. That was like 2 games after the Hamlin situation. That's right. Michael saying, watch out for Nolan Smith, talking about the Philly Bulldogs, right? Henry asking, has Kelee Ringo gotten any playtime this year? I don't really think so, right? I mean, I haven't really heard anything about him. And this Philly defense has quickly, out of nowhere, all of a sudden just become like insanely good, right? Like their secondary all of a sudden is goated, right? So like it's pretty crowded for him to like break through. I'm going to see how many snaps he's played this year. We're going to look that up real quick. But I feel like I haven't heard a thing about Kelee Ringo this year. He played a little bit last year for Philly, but, you know, they've got DeJean now, right? They've got Quinyon Mitchell. They've still got Darius Slay. I feel like those are kind of their guys at corner. Let's just look up Kelee. Forever a Georgia legend, obviously, for his pick against Alabama. Let's see. Oh, he's played a lot more than I thought. Okay, I mean, he's playing like a few snaps a game. I guess you look at like the final number, and we've got special teams in there. We'll get rid of that. Yeah, he's played 48 snaps this year. Yeah, he's played 48 snaps. But, you know, I mean, he's drafted in like, what, the 4th round? Yeah, 4th round, right? You know. He did kind of have a fall off his last year at UGA. Like, I remember, like, he was getting a lot of draft hype coming into the year, and then he just got beat a lot at UGA's final year, you know? Yeah, like, he had the pick 6, and that kind of helped with his hype, and he was very toolsy, right? And he tested pretty well at the combine. You know, he's a bigger guy, but, man, I do remember we'd be sitting in Sanford, and, like, some of those Georgia games that were like maybe a little bit closer than they should have been. It's like, oh, Kelee just got beat for 40 yards downfield, you know? Yeah, he had some penalty issues, so. But you know Howie, he's going to take the Georgia guys. I am like only half kidding when I say that I'm shocked that it wasn't the Eagles that signed Lewis Cine. But hey, got to give Howie some love. He absolutely cooked this offseason. Knocked the draft out of the park. Made some great signings, right? Bryce Huff would have been one of them if he would have stayed healthy. Obviously brought in Saquon, you know. Philly's probably watching this game like, I hope these two teams beat each other up and then they're just too tired and then we win the 1 seed, you know. They've got a real shot. They do. Philly, man. I still might favor the Lions over Philly, but I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's close. They'll run it with Jacobs again. Yeah, I mean, that's been working when they've been doing it. You're down 2 scores now, but it's still early, right? It's just a 10-point game. You can absolutely run it on first down. Was he really? I didn't know he was that highly regarded as a recruit. That's crazy. I don't hate that take, Jack. Eagles are the best team in the league. I don't hate it. I think they have the best defense in the league. I really do. Their secondary, Vic Fangio has been such a good coach. Zach Bond is just an all-pro out of nowhere. Jalen Carter has blossomed into a star. They're still so deep at edge, even without Brandon Graham and Bryce Huff, right? They've got a good team. And then on offense, that offensive line, maybe not quite as good as Detroit's, but still very, very good, well-coached. Saquon's a beast. And then those wide receivers. I mean, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Jalen Hurts has been up and down, but he's absolutely a quarterback that's good enough that, like, you can, like, make the you can win the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts, right? I mean, they were literally, like, inches away from winning the Super Bowl a few years ago. You can absolutely win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts, so I don't hate that take. I think you could argue Buffalo. I think you could argue Detroit. I don't know. You could still maybe argue the Chiefs. I know they haven't looked the part recently, but I think they're going to improve a little bit. I don't know. I know I'm like Mr. Chiefs defender and I go to bat for the Chiefs a lot, but I think they've got a lot of room to grow. There's a lot of reinforcements coming over these next few weeks. It would not shock me if the January Chiefs were substantially better than the December Chiefs. And it's not just because, oh, the Chiefs are sitting up in their chair now, right? Like, they're not just like locking in now, but like DJ Humphries is coming in, right? Jalen Watson might be back soon. Hollywood Brown might be back soon. I mean, I don't know. Charles Omenihu might be back soon, but we'll see. Or they could lose. Like, they absolutely could, like, lose in the divisional round, too. If they play like they did on Friday, you know, like, the Steelers could get them. But I think it's going to be a great playoffs. I think we're in for an absolute treat this postseason. There's so many good teams. Feels fairly even, right? There's not, like, one team looming over all the rest. You feel like there are actually, like, 5 teams that could, like, win the Super Bowl, you know? And the Lions are super banged up. Hasn't mattered yet, though. It still hasn't mattered yet. That's what's so crazy, right? The last time these two teams met, the Hutchinson injury was still fresh. And I was like, you know, like, I think this might be the game where they miss him. And then they just didn't. And now, like, oh, some movement. Jordan Love is tumbling. But I was like, you know, like, they'll miss him, right? This Packers line is good. Like, they'll finally miss Hutch. And then they didn't. And now Z is playing so well. It's like, dude, I don't know. Maybe they just won't. Maybe he'll be their Ronald Acuna, right? And he goes down and they win the Super Bowl without him, you know? And then Ben Johnson would be their Freddie Freeman, and he's going to leave to be the Chiefs offensive coordinator. Oh. 1st and 5. Ben Johnson to the Chiefs is crazy. That was like a mini butt fumble right there. Henry saying the Chiefs offensive line is what's most concerning. Dude, those tackles are a problem, right? And that's why it's like they need DJ Humphries to come in like right this second, right? I mean, they kicked Joe Thuney out to tackle, right? I mean, he's their guard. They moved him to tackle because Wanya Morris just was helpless out there, right? And I really liked their rookie Kingsley Suamataia coming out of the draft. I was like, oh, that's a great pick for the 4th round. Like, he might actually start for them and be solid, and he'll be better than what they had last year. Nah, they honestly might have like the worst tackle situation in the league. I know everyone says like, oh, our offensive line stinks. Who has it worse than us? Their interior is great, but they might, without DJ Humphries, they might have like the actual worst tackle situation in the entire NFL. It is brutal. If Humphries comes in and he's like washed and he's not good and he's like rusty, like that could absolutely cost them in the playoffs, you know. I hit that. You know, I was proud of myself. I worked on that one a little bit, right? Kingsley Suamataia, right? I had to learn the name, right? I was gassing him up a little bit even in the preseason stream, right? I was like, he could be a good player for him, but it's just not there. It's year 1. He's a 4th round pick. Knowing the Chiefs by like year 3, he's going to be him, but He's not the answer right now. They can't roll into the playoffs with him, you know. Nothing for Jacobs. We got another flag down. We got games solved in here. Let's go. Hitting me with the little wave emoji. Good to have you back in here, Games. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Just chilling, watching some Thursday night football. Who's got it better than us, man? Who's got it better than us? Jack saying he just wants to see the Hawks host a playoff game with the fans again. It's been 8 years. Yeah, because they hosted during the COVID year back in 2020. I think y'all got a real shot. Y'all play, yeah, you do play the Cardinals at 4:05 this Sunday. Oh, let's go. That's a great game right there. You know, last time these two teams met was like not that long ago, and it was maybe a bit of a dud. It'll deliver, right? That's another matchup where like nothing normal ever happens in those games, right? Think about like the Sunday night games between those two teams. We might be in for a good one. That one might decide who hosts the playoff game. I really think so. Seahawks, man, they're looking good. I mean, JSN just continues to amaze every week, right? Gino, I still think is playing such good football. The line is shaping up a little bit more, and the defense has really come to life. I mean, that's been the big difference, right? They're starting to gel a little bit under McDonald. I mean, he literally just completely overhauled the linebackers. Leonard Williams is looking like a borderline all-pro right now. I mean, he's having like the best year of his life, you know? They're building something there. I think they're on the right track. I really do. I think that they're exceeding expectations being where they're at right now in year one under McDonald. Seahawks versus Cardinals has a Wayfield advantage. Maybe a little. Oh, man. Michael saying, what if the Chiefs get the 2 seed and end up having to host Denver in round 1? I think they'd get them. I don't know. And it would be a close game, right? Because that's how Kansas City plays, and Denver's defense is good. And, you know, Bo Nix, for all the Bo Nix chatter that I always have, right? You know, and it's so funny in the grand scheme of things. There are like actual like analysts and journalists out there that are running some nasty, nasty anti-Bo Nix agendas right now. I'm not quite like there. I'm still like, I'm like dipping my toes in the Bo Nix pool a little bit, but also, again, like I like to say, for the Broncos, they don't really care right now because it's whatever it is, if it's Sean Payton or the line or Bo Nix or a combination of all three, it's absolutely working, right? So I think Denver would be a tough out as a 7 seed, though. I don't think it's a guarantee they get it, though, because there's another horse team that's looming in the AFC that's right on their heels for the 7 seed, and they may not play them next week. Not this coming week, but next week. I'm talking, of course, about the team of Dr. Pigskin, the Indianapolis Colts. Hey, I think winner of that game gets the 7 seed. If the Colts can pull it out, they've got a shot. But that would be a crazy game. I mean, we saw how it went the first time the Chiefs and Broncos played, right? The Broncos had them, so I wouldn't count them out by any means, but he is doing better than his naysayers thought he would, and that includes me. I was a big naysayer. All you have to do is look at my reaction when my chat pranked me and tried to convince me. They succeeded in convincing me that the Vikings were about to draft Bo Nix, you know. So welcome to the stream, by the way, Ron. Good to have you back in here. Let's go. Didn't give you a proper welcome earlier, but no worries for running late, right? It's chill, right? People can come and go as they please. No issue about that. It's like a little house party in here. Here we go. Packers got to capitalize here, right? You got to get 7. Naysayer. Crazy pun right there. That's awesome. Naysayer. Parachamp saying, can the Colts just win out over the Texans, hoping the prophecy continues? You know what's insane? I think they have a shot. I don't think it's impossible. I think the Colts have a decent shot to win out if they can beat Denver. Denver's the tough game, right? And that's the one that they've got next. They're on their bye right now. If they can beat Denver, then things get interesting. Because if you look at Houston's schedule, they've got the Ravens and the Chiefs still to play. They have the Dolphins in their next game, which I think Houston will probably beat the Dolphins. But you never know, right? But Houston would need to lose 3 of their last 4, and then the Colts would need to win out. It's not impossible, though. I think it's more likely than some people might think. Oh, that was a good play design. They didn't quite have it there. But you know, I still won't go to say like, oh, it's totally going to happen. It could. I don't know, man. I just don't think Houston's that good. I really don't. I don't think they're like awful, awful, terrible. Like, they're probably one of the 7 best teams in the AFC. But man, I don't know. If they absolutely collapsed down the stretch and lost 3 of their last 4, that wouldn't shock me. But then the other end of that would be the Colts would have to win out, which would also, both of those things happening would be hard. I could see one of those happening, though. Here's a big 3rd and goal for the Packers. Love under pressure again. Buying time. Broken up. Flag is down. It's picked, but I don't think it's going to count. Carlton Davis has it. I think they're going to get a PI, though. I think it's going to be 1st and goal for the Packers. Yeah, they're signaling that already, it looks like. But the prophecy would be crazy. Game solved saying if I don't have anything else planned for halftime, he made another Sporkle quiz where I have to match the system QB to their stats from their best season. It is pretty difficult, though. I love it. I tell you what, we're going to be doing our Pro Bowl ballot. I got requested to do that, so we'll do a little Pro Bowl ballot. And I tell you what, if we have enough time for that, we might rip that quiz. And if not, maybe I'll save it for the next stream. But I do remember you mentioning the System QB quiz. Dude, that quiz you made last time around, the 2009 quiz, I had such a ball playing that. So I really appreciate that you've been making these quizzes for me, man. That really means a lot. They're going to get Arnold for it. But we're going to do the Pro Bowl ballot. And then if I have time, we'll pull up that quiz too. Let's go. Let's go. Ron asking what happened to CJ Stroud this year. I think it's a couple of things, right? One, I mean, the Texans just haven't been quite as good. Their offensive line has been bad. Diggs has been injured. Nico Collins got injured. Bobby Slowick is kind of getting found out as maybe not the greatest OC, right? I still think Stroud is an excellent player. Also, touchdown Jacobs. There you go. Packers about to get 7. There you go. They needed that. But on top of that, right, and I talked about this a little bit going into the year, right? You look at CJ Stroud, he threw 5 picks last year, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, like he threw 5 picks and he pushed the ball downfield so much. Like, that's amazing, right? Like, he's able to have his cake and eat it too. He's like Aaron Rodgers, you know? And it's like, well, you know, and this is going to sound mean. It's not, right? He was lucky to throw 5 picks last year. And I was like, it wouldn't shock me if like his interception total like doubled, right? But I won't change my opinion on him too much if it did, right? And there you go. He's at 9 picks now, right? I mean, there's just a lot of dropped interceptions or like 50-50 balls that kind of went his way, right? But that's what happens when you push the ball downfield. He hasn't really changed that up, right? He's still not afraid to throw downfield. And that's, I think, one of the things that makes him a great quarterback. So, you know, and the expectations were so high after an insane rookie year, right? And it can be easy to think that like development is linear and it's like, oh, you know, if he had these stats his rookie year, he's going to be unstoppable by year 3, right? And it's like, it's, you know, it's not always that cut and dry. So I still think very highly of Stroud. I really do. Like going into the season, I had Stroud at like, I don't know, like maybe QB 8 or something. Honestly, I'd still have him around there, right? I still think he's a top 10 quarterback, which is incredible to say about a second-year player. I still think he's going to have an excellent NFL career ahead of him, but he's just not quite like ready to take the mantle as the next Mahomes, you know? And he might not be, and that's okay. Like if he's the 8th best quarterback forever, that's still really good, you know? Like 8 is good. Top 8 is good. So I will say that is what has happened to Stroud. It's been a mix of things, but yeah, 5 interceptions all year was nuts, you know? Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like look at like Mahomes or Josh Allen or Jordan Love, right? Like if you have the confidence and the arm to make some crazy throws, you will make plenty of crazy throws, but also, you know, sometimes you will run into trouble. It'll happen. It'll happen. I mean, look at Geno, right? If we're talking about that, right? Like Geno's thrown a lot of picks this year. I still think highly of him because he has the stones to try some insane throws, and more often than not, he will hit them. You know, the good that you get from those crazy throws far outweigh the interceptions, in my opinion. But Gabe saying Terrion is the most flagged player in the league. It's been a constant headache that Lions fans overlook in hopes that he can shake it, and it's just a rookie learning curve. It has been a bit of an up and down year for him, and I actually had no idea that he was the most flagged player in the league. Yeah, he was very highly touted coming out of Alabama, right? The Lions put so much into their secondary, and he maybe hasn't quite been this, great CB1 right out of the gate for him. But it is year one. Obviously, it's frustrating, and you might worry about that a little bit. Like, if you're the Lions, you worry you're in, like, the NFC Championship game, and it's like, wow, Terrion Arnold had 4 pass interference against A.J. Brown or something like that, right? But for the time being, again, this team it just doesn't matter. Like, they just make it work regardless. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Could imagine anyone picking him to win MVP in the preseason. Hey, I respect that though, right? That's a good swing. The Texans were on an upward trajectory, right? Stroud was looking good. He would have had the narrative boost, right? Hey, you can't get them all, right? Lord knows I had some terrible preseason predictions, right? I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, I picked Mahomes as my MVP in the preseason, right? And that was supposed to be the safe, lame pick, and he's going to get like 5th place in the voting or something like that. I picked Max Crosby as DPOY. That ain't happening. I picked Caleb as Rookie of the Year. That ain't happening. But Michael just said, amen to Joe Burrow being a good QB. What is this timeline? Hey, but he's saying amen to the Bengals being tragic too, right? Hey, I'm with you though, Ron, right? Hashtag quarterbacks don't matter, right? I mean, that's a bit of an oversimplification, right? But you know what? Yeah, wins are not a QB stat, right? The passing game is sick with Burrow. The receivers are sick. But what else is good about the Bengals? Like, what else is good about them besides Burrow, Chase, and Higgins? Actually, and Trey Hendrickson, right? But that's one of 11 players on defense, right? I've seen so many like, oh, the Bengals are so unlucky this year. It's like, no, they're not. Their defense stinks. They're not unlucky for giving up 45 points to the Arthur Smith Steelers, right? That's on them, right? Like, they're not unlucky at all. They can't defend. They can't run the ball. They still struggle in pass protection a little bit. Like, they're not unlucky. They just have a sick passing game, Sorry, I was a bit soapboxy right there, but yeah. Hey, I also picked the Bengals to win the North. I didn't think their defense was going to be that bad this year. Oh, that's a nice throw by Goff. There's Williams right there. That's a nice throw. Yeah. I thought there's no way that Lou Anarumo is going to have a bad defense 2 years in a row, right? And this offense is going to be so good, and the Ravens will take a step back. And no, Lou Anarumo did indeed have this bad of a defense 2 years in a row. Their defense was like bad last year. It kept them out of the playoffs last year. If their defense was even like middle of the road last year, they would have made the playoffs with Jake Browning. I truly believe it. Their offense was great with Browning last year. I'm loving your thinking, Parachamp. Would be fun to do another stream for ranking the quarterbacks at the end of the season. Would you say you have any QBs that have significantly risen or fallen for you? You would now say Mahomes is not a top 5 QB. Oh, the spicy take. Parachamp from the top rope. Well, I tell you what, I will most certainly be doing another stream with the quarterback quiz because that was a lot of fun. I'll bring that back around Christmas time maybe, right? Another little Quizmas stream. We might do that. And then we'll maybe rip a few Sporkle quizzes or something. I really like that. I'll get my Viking Santa hat and everything. Maybe we'll go through another drive-thru or something. Get some hot chocolate. No, that'd be awesome. I will 110% do that. Mahomes not being a top 5 QB. Oh, I don't know that I can get behind that. That is a spicy take right there. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Ooh, I don't know. I still might have him at 1, as lame as that is. I don't know, man. Look at Goff moving. Look at Goff moving in the pocket. 3rd and 5, and he sidestepped the rush. Got to his check down, whatever you want to call it, right? Look at this. Monty stays into block, and he just leaks out. Goff made that play, though. That is like a rare mobile Jared Goff moment right there, right? I mean, when he like has to move his feet, that's when things get a little hairy. But my goodness. No, I get that. I get that. It's been like a down year for Mahomes. I get that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. And his stats have been pretty ugly. I will say, the biggest thing that surprised me is how many sacks he's taken this year. And yeah, some of that is the offensive line, but like he is like holding on to the ball a little bit more, right? Like that has been a little uncharacteristic for him. This is random, but I was actually looking at like pressure to sack rates for the quarterbacks today, just for no reason. And I was a little surprised to see how high Mahomes' was. It was like low 20%. And I was like low 20s. It's like, dang, like feels like a few years ago he's at like 9, which is like leading the league, you know, and now he's like lower half. Some of that you can chalk up to the line. Some of that you can chalk up to like, you know, maybe he doesn't like trust the receivers as much or anything, but he is holding the ball. He's holding on to the ball a little bit longer than normal. Mahomes system QB confirmed. Mahomes is washed. Oh, Gibbs is getting that edge. Oh, stuck with him a little bit. I thought Gibbs was going to get like 9 yards there. Gabe asking my second favorite set of brothers in the league. I'd have to think about my first favorite set first. Are we doing all time or current? All time, it's got to be the Manning brothers, right? I mean, just the quarterback brothers. They're the son of Archie Manning, right? They're football royalty, right? Even if the Manning cast isn't always my cup of tea, they can be pretty funny guys, right? And they both have incredible legacies when you really think about it. Like Peyton, one of the greatest greatest QBs ever. Eli, a 2-time Super Bowl champ. Like that is actually kind of wild to think about, right? You know. Second favorite set of brothers, though. Oh, why do I feel like I'm missing an obvious answer? The Kelsey bros are cool. I have no issue with the Kelseys. I know like some people have Kelsey fatigue. I understand that. Jason's everywhere now. Travis is everywhere now. They're on our cereal boxes, right? The Kelsey brothers mix where it's like Cocoa Puffs and like Cookie Crisp mixed together in one box, and it's gonna like kill children by the age of 30 or something like that. Other side, I mean, there's the St. Brown brothers. They're all right. Why am I struggling a little bit? Oh, the Harbaugh brothers. I love the Harbaughs so much. I know they're not players. I might say they're my favorite pair of brothers, honestly. I love both John and Jim. I love how, like, they have similar vibes, but they're also very different, right? Like, I mean, Jim is a bit of a wacky dude, and John is just chill, but they both have Harbaugh energy. The Griffin brothers, that's a great pull. Shout out Shaq and Shaquem. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. The Watts, wow, that's crazy. That's so disrespectful. I don't even think of the Watt brothers. That is so disrespectful. It was the Watt brothers, Christine, the Dick's Sporting Goods commercial. That's insane. Yeah. And shout out Derek Watt, too. People forget about him. Yeah. I just disrespected the Watt family. I now have to be sacked by TJ Watt on stream. That's crazy. But yeah. All great brother sets. The Edmonds brothers, yeah. Tremaine and Terrell. Poor Terrell. What's he up to these days? He's still in the league, right? But yeah. I remember they played against each other on Sunday Night Football. Would have been 2018, I think. Steelers-Bills Sunday Night Football. That was pretty sick. I do love me some Harbaugh brothers, though. They're awesome. Bijan and Brian Robinson are Tyreek and Taysom Hill. Dude, it's crazy because Taysom Hill looks just like Tyreek Hill. You can tell they're related, like when they stand next to each other. Man. I saw Taysom Hill's like out for the season now. There's Laporta chugging along. Pair Champ saying Eli is definitely going to make the Hall of Fame, especially if Joe Namath made it. I think he will too. You know, and I used to be like, if Eli Manning gets in the Hall of Fame, then that's just a dangerous stain on the fabric of the sport. Let him in. Let him in. It's chill. Whatever. Right? Eli's cool. Maybe he doesn't deserve to actually get it in. Whatever. Let him in. I don't care. It's chill. I wouldn't vote for him. But you know what? I'm sure he'll have a great speech. He'll make a hilarious joke about beating Tom Brady in his speech. There's Monty again. He's chugging. Low-key need Monty to actually go off here tonight. I'm kind of fighting for my playoff life here in one of my dynasty leagues. This is the infamous 2-quarterback league, right? Where I was worried when Jordan Love got hurt that I wasn't going to have another quarterback. Well, guess what? I remember looking at the buys for my 2 quarterbacks, right? I have Jordan Love and Anthony Richardson. And I was like, oh, Anthony Richardson has a bye for week 14. That's the final week of the regular season. It's like, all right, well, I'll just need to lock up my playoff spot before then. I have not locked up my playoff spot. If I win, I'm in. But if I lose, I need help. And Anthony Richardson is on a bye, so I am quite literally short a quarterback. So I kind of need David Montgomery to go crazy. I would not hate another David Montgomery touchdown right here. Throw it to him so I can get the extra point for the catch too. Oh, Goff sneak. No, no. Boo. No touchdown. I'm such a hater. No, don't play the train horn. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, no, Henry, I need help from Grant, dude. I need Grant to step up and beat you. I'm like, come on. Yeah, they stopped him. Let's go. Come on. Okay, run that play, but with David Montgomery under center. Yeah, the knee's down. The knee's down. He's short. Kick him out of the game. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. Tough. Tough buy-in moment right there. Michael saying, what are my thoughts about Jackson and Cannon Smith and Jigba? I had no idea JSN had a brother. So he'd be CSN, I guess. Ron saying, is it weird that I expected this game to be a higher score on both sides? I don't think that's weird at all. These are two very good offenses. The fact that it's near halftime, it's 10-7. Granted, that might change in a few seconds, but I don't think that's weird at all. If you're expecting it to be like 17-14 at halftime, which I guess is still on the table, but Jack is getting excited. Guess Kaylee Hartung's got some competition now. Pearchap saying, shout out to Josh Allen for the double points in fantasy for the touchdown he threw and received. I have Josh in one of my leagues. I was pretty fired up about that. It might be over for me in that league, though, unfortunately. They should. Should they? Okay, good. Monty's out there, right? We're chilling. I'll pull up my sleeper here in a sec. Oh, what are you booing about? I sounded a little Canadian there, the way I said booing. Oh, what are you booing about? Oh, this is my other dynasty. Hold on. Oh, dude, it's going to be tough. Oh, I've got Love, too. That's right. And Wicks. Oh, and Tucker Kraft. It's so over for me. It is unbelievably over for me. And, of course, they stuff him. That's crazy. Yeah, I put in Malik Willis because I was just like, whatever. Maybe they run a trick play with him or something. It's better than having literally nothing, right? Dude, my team's excuses, right? Like I did this to myself. Whatever. I should have just been better. And Nico Collins is on a bye. Josh Downs is on a bye, you know. J.K. Dobbins is hurt. So I've got Dontavion Wicks out there. He does have a catch. That's an improvement from some weeks. I did this to myself, though. I did this to myself. I can't even be mad. Brian Thomas Jr. with Mac Jones. Hey, he was pretty good last week, though. He was pretty good last week. I like the future of my team, I will say. You know, we've got a nice young core. We're growing together. I like the future of the team. This year, I thought I could have my cake and eat it too. I could have a really good, exciting young team and also be the best, right? And I started off like 5-1, and I'm like, there we go. I'm just a beast. But the fall off has been insane. And now we're here fighting for our playoff lives and counting on Dontavion Wicks and Malik Willis to come through for us. 4th and goal, they're going to go for it. Here we go. Big high leverage decision from Dan Campbell. The diapers are on. David Montgomery is off. They're going to throw it to Zylstra, aren't they? They got him in motion. They might actually. Nope. Gibbs. Touchdown. Oh, too easy. Get the motion, spread the defense out. Just have Gibbs just sneak up the middle. Easy money right there. Woo-hoo. That was a great play design right there by Ben Johnson. Oh, Ben Johnson and his stupid face. Well played. Man. And they killed off so much of the clock right there, right? The Packers can run like one play and that's it. They might be a little cooked. Who starts with the ball? They at least start with the ball. I'm really out here caping for the Packers. Meet Super Packers fan. I believe, yeah, the Packers will at least start with the ball to start the second half. But man, that is a demoralizing touchdown to give up right there. I mean, the Lions just milking off the rest of the half, punching it in for 7 right at the very end on 4th down. Man, it's a 10-point game, but if you're Green Bay, you got to lock in and score on this opening drive or you might be in trouble. Dan Campbell fired up. He's got his swagger back. Where's the think pieces, right? Dan Campbell went for it here. If they win this game, I better be seeing all these articles about how amazing Dan Campbell is, right? Because we saw him get flayed alive in the NFC Championship game, right? Let's keep that same energy for when it works. Jake Bates for MVP. Oh, man. Could you imagine? The kicker actually has won MVP once. Got 17 and 18 people watching. Hey, shout out the chat. Shout out the people watching. Let's go. Jack asking, would I rather have Ben Johnson or Kyle Shanahan as my offensive coordinator? I want to say Kyle, right? Just because he's got the rep and the longevity. He's been doing a little bit longer. And I still think he's really good. Like, I think the Kyle Shanahan falling off take is crazy. Maybe not his best year, right? But also, like, half the 49ers team is in a hospital, you know? Like, but he might need to pivot next year. This year is kind of a sign of like, okay, what's the next thing I can do to pivot, right? Because Kyle's another one of those guys. He changed up the running game for a little bit, like. Then when they got CMC, they went back to a little bit more zone. But Kyle has shown that he can pivot and change before. So, I don't know, dude. Ben Johnson has just been so unbelievably dialed in the past few years. I might be tempted to say Ben Johnson with Shane Waldron as head coach. Oh, I thought the bad man was gone. Just you wait till he's back. Shane Waldron, back with the Seahawks, announced as the Emperor of Seattle football. Yeah, they nailed it out instead of taking a moonshot. Yeah. I mean, it would have been nice to see them try like something, right? But also, I don't know. That could have been disaster. There you go, Jack. There's your halftime show. The Mark Mosley shout out. Yep. Bang. There you go. All right, let's vote for the Pro Bowl. Dude, it is really that time of year now, though, right? Pro Bowl ballot. It's crazy to think that the Pro Bowl ballot is out, but really it's not. We're in December. All right, so here's how I'm going to vote for the Pro Bowl. This is not just going to be me voting for like who I think the best players are, right? Like I always like to say like if I'm at recess, who am I picking, right? You know, this is going to be a mix of like who I think is a good player, but I'm also going to reward good seasons, right? Like production and stats is going to matter a little bit. Like how they've performed specifically this year, not just considering their body of work, is going to matter a little bit. I am trying to build a 2025 All-Star team while also recognizing good seasons. So, with that being said, let's dive in. Let's cast our vote. Quarterback, we get 6. I mean, Lamar, easy. Yeah. You know, I like how they kind of organize it pretty easily for you, right? Lamar, Burrow, we'll go Josh, I guess it's non-conference, right? Should I try and be a hipster and be like, I'm going to respect the old ways and pick 3 from each conference? Nah. So we'll go Lamar, Burrow, Allen. Those have definitely been the 3 most impressive quarterbacks this year, right? And then from there, dude, I might go Goff, right? I'll go Goff. I still will go Mahomes. Again, maybe this is someone who's just like rep and talent boost, but you can't tell me Mahomes isn't one of the 6 best quarterbacks out there. And he's like slowly starting to turn around his production a little bit. His stats are coming together a little bit too. Oh, Baker or Geno? That's actually a tough one. Oh, see, this is so weird. Like, it's like again, like if I was like, who do I think like the 6 best quarterbacks are? Like, I'd probably have like Stafford in here instead, right? Or like Herbert, right? But we're not exactly doing that. I don't know. This feels a little weird already, but it's chill. Oh, I could go Kyler. Oh, man. Or should I take Mahomes off? Should I just like chill with the Mahomes love for a little bit? You know what? I'm going to do it because whatever. You know what? This is my belt. This is my rules. We're recognizing good seasons and good play here. Kyler's been slumping a little bit recently. I'm also thinking way too hard about this. Daniels is a good one too. Now we'll go Daniels. Yeah, I like completely ignored him. I'm thinking way too hard about this, but it's chill. Geno, Stroud, Baker, or Kyler. Or Mahomes. Oh. You know what? I'm going to go Baker. He's had a great year. Injuries at the wide receiver position. We'll give Baker some love. How about that? Running back will be a little bit easier. Saquon, easy. Henry, easy. Gibbs, easy. Jacobs, easy. We've got 2 left. I'm going to go Bijan still. I think he's just such a good player. Oh. And then for our final one, we're going to go James. Wait. Oh, yeah, that is our last one. James Conner. That completely killed my momentum. We're going to go James Conner. Shout out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Welcome to the stream, Tampa Bay. Good to have you in here. Giving some love for the Baker vote. Hey, hashtag Pro Bowl vote Baker. Let's go. What is it? Raise the flags, right? Let's go. The Bucs wish they had Julian Love. Welcome to the stream, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's go. All right, wide receiver. I'm loving the chatter, though, right? We got some people giving their shouts right now. Keep them coming. Who would you guys be voting for these positions? I'm loving this. Got some Will Levis with the Hellman's Mayo commercials. Now, I love how he's leaning into the bit. You got to commit to the bit, right? That's awesome. Wide receiver, again, should be fairly easy, right? We're not just going to go straight up by receiving yards, but Chase, easy. Jefferson, easy. We'll go JSN, easy. Nico Collins, easy. Amon-Ra, easy. George Pickens, that's it. Holy crap, that's it. You know, it's weird, right? I'm like leaving CD. Terry would have been a good one, right? I mean, CD would have been a good one. I don't know, dude. I like my picks for this. Terry, I respect, right? I don't know, dude. And it's so tough, like, leaving CeeDee Lamb off when he's, like, literally 3rd in the league in receiving yards and maybe just like, well, it wasn't as good as last year. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, man. I like these picks. That's crazy Jerry Jeudy is this high up in receiving yards. What a career game does. Terry over Pickens, 9 touchdowns. Yeah, I know. But, dude, Pickens has kind of low-key been carrying the Steelers' offense a little bit. I don't know. And not to say that Terry hasn't been an extremely important part of Washington's offense. But George Pickens is like straight up won games for the Steelers. He has been such a beast. Oh, HN would have been a good one for the Pro Bowl. Yeah, HN would have been a great pick. Fullback. Here we go. Okay, Carson Steele is not a fullback. He's just white with long hair. Like, he's literally a running back. I, out of principle, refuse to vote for Carson Steele. Horns up. We're voting Hunter Luepke. And honestly, he's been very good this year. He's been a great receiver and a great blocker. I could be lazy and go use check. Matlock has been pretty fun for the Chargers, but they also rotate their fullbacks a little bit. Why do I have 6 votes for fullback? What? See, I love CJ Ham, but he just like doesn't play a whole lot. I don't know that I can like vote for him in good conscience. Why do I have so many votes for fullback? All right, well, we'll go Juszczyk then. We'll go Patrick Ricard. We'll go Ingold. I mean, they've all been good. I still have 2 votes left. I refuse to vote for Carson Steele. I might be showing my lack of ball knowledge because, see, I'm not going to lie. I don't have an Adam Prentice take. I don't. Part of me is a little scared because it's like, why is he on the ballot if he has 0 yards, right? He must be like crazy as a blocker. And maybe there's a Saints fan watching right now. It's like, this dude doesn't know about Adam Prentice. But I can't vote for him because I just don't know. Whatever. 6 votes for fullback? Really? Sebastian asking for the Bucks to give your win against the Lions back to us. Could you imagine if the Lions are playing for an undefeated season right now? I mean, it really came down to a 6-point game against the Bucks. That's the only reason why the Lions aren't playing for an undefeated season right now. That is kind of insane. But Doc, well, let me start over. Sebastian saying, Doc, with the 49ers having another season destroyed by injuries, do we need to start questioning the team's medical and training staff? If it happens so often, you're going to ask if it's a coincidence. Yeah, it's tough, right? I think a big factor is they've just played so much football, right? They've had so many deep playoff runs at this point. Their roster is getting a little bit older. I mean, like, they're just like literally playing more football than anyone else. It was a 4-point game, 16-20, right? Oopsies. But so I think that's a big reason why. Maybe you look into it. I know the Chargers have like changed their training staff around too. It's not a bad like theory. Like you could totally investigate it. I do think some of it is just like they've played so much, but it is crazy that Zay Flowers is 4th in receiving yards. Pearchamp would have casted his vote for Chase, Flowers, McLaurin, Nico, Reed, and St. Round. We got a Jefferson hater. No. No. All right, Bowers. Yeah, that should be easy enough, right? McBride has been good. Kittle's been good. I think it'll be between either Bowers or Kittle for All-Pro. This one might actually be lame. We won't go all receiving yards leaders. We will go Jonnu. Kelsey's been good. And then we'll go Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft has been really good. Brock Bowers 6 times, though. Yeah. Tackles. Here we go. Here's where we have to lock in a little bit. I could expose myself if I have a bad tackle take here. See, I don't want to vote Trent because he hasn't really played a whole lot this year. Tristan Wirfs has been banged up, but when he's played, he's been a beast. We'll go with him. Tunzel's had a bit of an up and down year, so I don't know. He struggled with penalties some. There's Wanya Morris. We were talking about him. Zach Tom has been really good. I might vote for him. We'll go to Brian O'Neill, though. He's allowed, like, I don't think it's the least amount of pressures in the league, but he's like top 5 for least pressures allowed in the league. Absolutely go Brian O'Neill. Would be going Darisaw too, but he's hurt, right? As sad as it is. We'll go Sewell. Probably the best tackle in the entire league at this point. I think he's overtaken Trent. He's a Hall of Famer. It would take something insane happening for him to not make the Hall of Fame. We'll go Mailata. Still got it, right? I'm tempted to go Joe Alt here, and I know he's been a little bit injured too, but I will. I'll go Joe Alt, and then I'll cap it off with Lane Johnson. Could have got Zach Tom there. He has had a great year. Slater's been pretty good. Vidarian Lowe scored a touchdown. Vikings legend Vidarian Lowe. But I feel pretty good about that. Gedecke's been pretty good too. But we'll lock in our tackles here. Now we'll get to guards. Jonnu Smith sweep. Please don't jinx it, Doc. Oh, boy. I don't know what I jinxed. I might have jinxed something, though. But Pearchamp's tight ends would have been Bowers, Kittle, Jonnu, McBride, Kraft, and Kelsey. Yeah, I had the same exact one. That's beyond valid right there. No, Charles Cross is diabolical. He's been pretty good this year. He has been a little hurt, though. I don't know. He's not quite one of the 6 best tackles in the league. I feel like that's fair. But Henry saying Bowers has got to be the offensive rookie of the year favorite, right? I would think so, man. And maybe I'll need to because I've been thinking about this a lot, honestly. I might need to like devote a separate 5-minute conversation for this. Here's what I'll say right now, though. He should be. I think he is, right? And I think that the meaning of the award has kind of been misconstrued a little bit. And it's not just about this year. It maybe happened a little bit last year. And maybe this is still, it doesn't matter, right? Like, who cares? It doesn't matter. But also, it happened to my favorite team's wide receiver in 2020, right? It is not MVROY. It is not most valuable rookie of the year. It is rookie of the year. And people are entitled to their own opinion, right? But I just think for me, the name of the award is rookie of the year. Who is the best player? And I just feel like I've seen too many people be like, well, like the Raiders have 2 wins and, you know, the Commanders and Broncos are going to go to the playoffs and their quarterback. It's like, okay, who's the better player? I'm sorry. Is Jaden Daniels going to be first or second team All-Pro this year? I mean, I don't know. I'm going on this 5-minute conversation anyways, right? Here's what I'll say. Brock Bowers might have one of the greatest rookie seasons ever. And there has been a precedent set. It is true that it's not solely a quarterback award, and we have seen non-quarterbacks win, but I do think a precedent has been set. You can have like an absolutely insane season, right? Puka Nacua broke like a 60-year-old record last year. Justin Jefferson was second team All-Pro and was like one of the best receivers in the NFL a few years ago, right? They both got just dismantled in the voting, right? Puka broke a 60-year-old record last year. He got 2 of the 50 first place votes. To me, I think that's ridiculous. If you want to go Stroud over Puka last year, that's fine. Stroud was amazing too. But to me, I think that's insane how big of a gap it was. But that's what I would vote Bowers. Long story short. All right, we got to hit guards. We're like only halfway through. The game's about to start back up, but we'll finish this out. We'll commit to it. Guards. Oh boy. Yeah. So part of me wants to do Zach Martin, but he's hurt. I'm not going to vote for a guy who's out for the rest of the year now. Dickerson still has been pretty good. We'll get him off the bat. Oh boy. I'm scrolling. Tooney's been good. Trey Smith might be one of like the 3 best guards in the NFL. How about Mekhi Becton bounce back year? He's been good. Who would have thought moving Mekhi Becton to guard would save his career? Brandell's been pretty good, but he's not a Pro Bowler. Q's been pretty good. He's not quite on the trajectory he once was. Whatever. He'll get the reputation votes. And then Tyler Smith. He's pretty good. Yeah, whatever. Maybe not the perfect guard ballot, but centers. Then we'll hit defense. Then we'll get back to this game here. Ragnow for sure. Might be the best center in the NFL. One of them. Let's see. Who else are we working with here? Linderbaum's all right. Yeah, he's not bad, right? He's been all right. He's been an all right replacement for Kelsey, Cam Jurgens. Zach Frazier. I might vote Zach Frazier. He's been really good. We'll go Creed Humphrey. Bozeman's been pretty good. Bradbury's honestly been very good. Like, honestly, Garrett Bradbury is having like the best season of his career. I'm kind of tempted to vote him. He still gets thrown around by bigger guys sometimes. Oh. I don't know. Maybe that's the Viking bias in me talking. You know what? What the heck? I will. He's had a pretty good year. I can't lie. He's actually been pretty good. Oh. Jacobs just got popped by Brian Branch. Well, when we get to safeties, he'll get his vote. No, Zach Frazier's been so good this year. What a draft for the Steelers. Giving Zach Frazier some love. Oh, yeah. No, Branch is another guy that's on a Hall of Fame trajectory. The Lions have a few Hall of Famers on the field right now. It's kind of crazy. He just popped them. Oh, he might actually have a shot for Defensive Player of the Year, honestly. We'll go Hendrickson, Hunter, Myles Garrett. He might be in the race for DPOY. He's insane. Will Anderson's good. Crosby's good. I don't want to be lame and do all the sack leaders, right? Oh, he's got Watson. He's got Watson. Christian Watson. Big play. How about it? How about it? There we go. What I say. He was going to get some nice looks against man coverage, and he can get his on Carlton Davis. Parker, I hope you're still watching. There it is right there. Bang. Man coverage against Carlton Davis. There he is down. What just happened? What just happened? Hold on, wait. I just saw on my screen there was like a disco show. What just happened? I did not do that. That was not programmed into the stream. That was automatic. That's crazy. I just looked over. I was like, what was going on there? What the heck? We'll give it to Trayvon Walker. I've been pushing agendas all day. There you go. Game solved. We'll get Trayvon in the Pro Bowl. What the heck? Parsons has been hurt, right? Bosa's been pretty good. You could give it to him. I get that. Keon White's been pretty good. You could give it to him, honestly. We'll give it to Trayvon. He's really good against the run, too. We'll give it to Trayvon. All right, we'll pause here. We're at defensive tackles. We'll get Leonard Williams locked in here right away. But, yeah, no, the rave was crazy. No, I did not do that. Like, I don't know what exactly happened there. But I don't know if it was the horns up thing that triggered it or something. But that was insane. Yeah. Jalen Carter, MVP candidate if he hits his potential. He might be a Hall of Fame candidate if he hits his potential. I mean, he's starting to. He's been taking over some games recently. Ron says he's a longtime Cowboys homer, but the bloom has been off that rose for so long. I don't really have a bias for him. Man, I get that. Honestly, like, I think I might have said this last time, right? Cowboys, low-key hard team to cheer for, right? It's been like 30 plus years. It did it again. I really think it is this when I do this. That's crazy. I might have to start hitting that now. I don't know why. It's got to be like an Apple thing, right? Maybe, but. Oh, there's Tucker Kraft. Oh, my dynasty team is so back. Jordan Love to Tucker Kraft. We're coming for the playoffs. Oh, I needed that. What a throw and catch that was. How about the response from Green Bay on the first drive? Tucker Cheese. Witherspoon is looking pretty good too. There's some good young players out there right now. It won't shock me. That's what I'll say. It won't shock me if he ended up in the Hall of Fame. Obviously, it's early with all these guys too, right? But man, there's some good looking players out there right now. How about the answer from the Packers? We got a game, folks. What do the Lions have in store? And I apologize so much to all the Lions fans watching, right? Shout out Sebastian. I'm not a hater. And it's pretty obvious who I'm pulling for. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be mean or antagonizing or anything. All right. Defensive tackles. That's crazy. I had no idea Kancey had that many sacks this year. We'll get Zach Allen. We'll get DeForest Buckner, right? He's back. We'll get Chris Jones. The sacks aren't there, but he's playing as good as ever. He is still as good as ever. We've got 2 left. We'll go Vita Vea, right? I mean, getting that pass rush production, playing the position he does, playing the role he does is pretty insane. And we'll go Quinnen Williams. He's a beast. Oh, but that leaves Jalen Carter off. That's not right. That's not right. Who am I going to take off? Oh, I hate to do this. I'm going to take off Buckner. Wow, I can't speak. Better be sleeping with an eye open. Oh. As much as I love Buckner, I can't leave off Jalen Carter. He's been too good. Oh, Aleem McNeil. Dude, I was literally saying I was going to vote for him. We'll take off Quinnen for Aleem McNeil, honestly. Yeah. That's crazy. I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm voting for Aleem McNeil when we get to this. And then I almost didn't. Anyways, Zach Bond, that's a pretty easy one. Spillane has been pretty good. I don't know that I will vote Roquan. He's had a bit of a down year. I might go Ernest Jones. He's played on 2 teams this year, but he is a dog. He is a dog. Oh, TJ Edwards is pretty good. I'll go TJ Edwards. We'll go Fred Warner. Right, now I got to scroll a little bit. Tackles, that can be a good stat to have for a linebacker, but not always. Like, if you're getting a lot of tackles, that means guys are getting to the second level a lot. I might have my Vikings bias come through again and vote Blake Cashman. I mean, dude, Vikings fans know how good this dude is. Texans fans know how good this guy is, right? He missed like 2 games for us, and our defense nosedived without him. I don't know. Blake Cashman is kind of him. Jack is shocked. The Ernest Jones love? I don't know. He's a good player. He was great with the Rams, right? I know he like just got to Seattle. Ernest Jones. Are you surprised? I hope that's a good thing, right? He's a good player. He's a really good player. I'll give him some love. See, I have one left. Henley. I might go Henley. He's been good for the Chargers. He's no Junior Colson, defensive rookie of the year dark horse, but he has been pretty good. Could have gone Jordan Brooks too. He isn't at his best work. Outside linebacker, a.k.a. just another edge. I'll go Benito. How about your NFL leader in pressures, Jonathan Grenard? We'll go TJ Watt. Do I do it? Yeah, this is my ballot. Ginky. We got to vote Van Ginkel, dude. He might actually get the Pro Bowl this year, too. Oh, Fred Warner. I see what you mean. We'll go Luvu. I've always loved me some Frankie Luvu, and he's been great. He's been great for the Commanders. Ooh. Here's where things get interesting from here. Jared Verse has kind of fallen off a little bit. Oh, Cooper's been pretty good. Do I go double Broncos, double Vikings? As crazy as that sounds, those are two of like the top 4 teams in sacks this year. Meek Robertson got torched. There's a lot of purple. Whatever. Hey, we have 2 losses. Forgive me. Maybe a little bit, but maybe a little bit. We'll go Cooper. Cooper's been really good. This Broncos defense has been nice. There will certainly not be any purple represented at corner. As much as I love Byron Murphy, I can't in good faith vote for him for the Pro Bowl. We'll go Surtain for sure. Stingley, we'll go Gonzalez, we'll go Jalen Johnson. We'll play some of the hits here early. How about Beanie Bishop being up there? Jalen Ramsey's still been pretty good this year, right? Not voting for him. Sorry, Stephon. Oh, where's Quignon at? Sauce has not been at his best this year either. Witherspoon, yeah, I'll probably... That's tough, though, because there's McDuffie, who I'll get, and then it's between Quignon and Witherspoon. Riley Moss has been good. Ward has been really good. You know what? We'll do it. We'll vote Witherspoon. There you go. Tyreek Stevenson always knows how to keep his head in the game. Maybe all bones. Oh, it's intercepted. Hold on. Packers with the pick. They're in the red zone. It's Keyshawn Nixon, the return man. Turned secondary player who's honestly been kind of good for them in the secondary. How about that? Here we go, folks. Hold on. All right, safeties. So let's just get the Lions safeties done with now, right? Brian Branch. Where's Super Bowl Curb? Or is he going to be a free safety? Super Bowl Curb. It's crazy. We'll go Buda Baker. We will go Julian Love. Shout out to you, Jack. No, Julian Love has been like legitimately awesome this year, right? He got paid a lot of money going into the year from Seattle. They loved him internally in the organization, and he has rewarded him this year. He has been fantastic. Yeah, he's got an all-pro case this year. I don't know if he'll get it, but he's got a case for it. Absolutely. Oh, I might go Jeremy Chin here. We still got 3 votes. We'll go Kyle Hamilton and Jeremy Chin. That is not Gibbs. Al. He just called Josh Jacobs Jahmyr Gibbs. Or am I crazy? That's crazy. But let's see. One more here for safety. Jalen Petre's been pretty good. I'll go Evan Williams. Very underrated player for the Packers. He should at least be in the Defensive Rookie of the Year conversation. He also missed some time to start the year, but he's been really good. Well, here's the NFC North safeties, right? Kirby Joseph, McKinney. I might do it with Bynum. We'll see. I'm tempted. Bates has still been pretty good. There's Wicks. Oh, it's another catch for Wicks. Another 1.8 points for Dontavion Wicks. We're fighting for our lives in the playoffs. Man. Oh, man. Ah, there's 3 votes left. I'll give it to Bynum. Movie. Jacobs is going to get in. Touchdown, Packers. Packers take the lead. There's Josh Jacobs hitting him with the calm down. Man, it's getting tough here for safety now a little bit. We'll go Reed Blankenship. He's been a nice surprise this year. DeMar Hamlin has actually been like kind of good. I don't know if I'll vote DeMar, but he has actually been pretty good. Darnell Savage has been all right. Xavier Woods. I don't know if I'm getting baited here. I don't have much of a Xavier Woods in 2024 take, unfortunately. I need to lock in a little bit. Maybe I'm falling into a trap, but we're going to vote. Whatever. All right. There we go. Our Pro Bowl ballot is in. Our vote has been cast. This will be my one and only ballot for the year. I'm going to be honorable. I'm not going to stuff the ballot box. I'm going to participate in a good, honest democracy. I am going to be a good citizen. Anyways, back to the game now. How about the Packers up 21-17? This has been a good game. Hey, now we're seeing some points, right? It's picking up a little bit. Can't complain about that. Season 4-11. I got to catch up with chat here. Season 4-11 saying as soon as he threw that, I knew he was getting picked. And it was a Jared Goof moment right there. Shout out Gabe for the Jared Goof, right? Of course, I won't get called for PI. Dude, that's so bad. I missed it. Like, I was too focused on my Pro Bowl ballot. I can't give you a good opinion on whether or not that should have been PI. But, yeah. Henry saying, fun fact, my mom was the academic advisor for Tyreek Stevenson his freshman year at UGA. No way. That's crazy. There's got to be some sort of like butterfly effect, right? Where like somehow that led to him like showboating to the Commanders fans on the Hail Mary. Like if literally one thing went different, like if he was like 2 minutes late for his academic advisor appointment with your mom, then he would have, or no, if he was like late to an appointment with your mom, but if he would have been 2 minutes earlier, then he would have had the discipline to like focus on the game. I don't know. I tried to be funny. It wasn't. It's chill though. Jack is outraged that I didn't vote for Benjamin St. Juste. That can make your Pro Bowl valid. Games asking, would I rather have Josh Jacobs or Derrick Henry in fantasy? Henry has slowed down a little bit, and he's still obviously very good. I would still probably lean Derrick Henry, but he has slowed down while Josh Jacobs is heating up a little bit. I've noticed that a little bit, but I don't want to overthink it too much. I'd still go Derrick Henry, but Woods is a bright spot on a crappy Panthers team. They're a little less crappy. They're getting a little brighter. They are. They're making some progress. You know, Bryce Young's coming along a little bit. The defense is still kind of a wreck, though. You blocked Benjamin St. Juste hater on Instagram. You know what's crazy? I know exactly what account you're talking about. I don't know how, but I do. That's funny. Thank you, Gabe, for another super chat. Appreciate that. Saying all rookie team, 1 pick per group. Quarterback. I'm tempted to say Caleb. I really am. I still think that he's like the best quarterback in this class, or May, but I sound like such a hater. Daniels and Nix have had the better seasons. I'll go Jaden Daniels, and he has been pretty good. And the Commanders got right last week. We'll go Jaden Daniels at quarterback. We'll go Bucky Irving at running back. For offensive line, we'll go Joe Alt. Oh, you did? Okay. That's crazy. Yeah. That would be why. Wow. I'm a terrible friend. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. I get exposed like that sometimes. My friends would be like, yeah, we told you that. You just forgot. I'm so sorry. Tight end. Rookie tight end. Who are the rookie tight ends this year? Who are the rookie tight ends this year? Who are the rookie tight ends this year? Don't tell me. I'm trying to figure this out. This is actually driving me crazy. Oh my gosh. It's the easiest one. Who are the rookie tight ends this year? I was not trolling. I was not trolling. I know who it is. Okay. I was not trolling. You know what's funny? Brock Bowers was not the first one I thought of because I was trying to think of rookie tight ends, and then I thought of the Brett Coleman tweet where he said Jatavion Sanders is closer to Brock Bowers than you think, and I was like, oh, Jatavion Sanders might be it. And I was like, wait. I was having a meltdown. Struggling to remember Brock Bowers. So Brock Bowers would get it. Defensive line. I don't want to go Jared Verse. I might go Braden Fisk, honestly. Well, no, we'll go edge and we'll go D-line. D-line, we'll go Fisk. Edge, Latu has come along pretty nicely. I might say Latu. Yeah, we'll go Latu. Linebacker. Okay, here's an actual one. Who are the rookie linebackers? Because there's like no linebackers that were drafted high, and there's been like a few bad rookie linebacker classes in a row now. You know what's crazy? I don't know off the top of my head what team Jatavion Sanders is on. I have a few guesses. It's the Panthers, right? I think it is the Panthers. Hold on, let me look this up. Also, we got an injury out on the field. Tyreek Stevenson's college freshman year academic advisor creates incredible pottery. It's a shame I never made it out to one of those pottery shows. I spelled his name wrong. He is on the Panthers. Let's go. I got that right at least. Not Verse. You know, I do like Verse, and I think Latu is a little bit more complete. Now, here's what I'll say, because I'm going to call Jared Verse a bit of a one-trick pony. Now, being as powerful as he is an awesome trick to have, and it's been working for him. I don't know, man. I think Latu's a little bit better, and he's been injured a little bit, so like his stats aren't quite as good. If you want to go Verse, that's fine. I will say it's a real shame how, like, two of the three top edges we're talking about for this, and there's one whose name has just not come up in this conversation, and he's just like not a serious candidate for it, and it's the one that's on my favorite team. Hey, he's getting there. He's a project, you know. Hard to see the field when you've got two Pro Bowlers and Grenard and Ginky out there, but you could go Verse. You could. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh. Like, actually, he only wins with power, and that might hurt him eventually. It's like, okay, but he's still been good. But you could go either or, honestly. Peyton Wilson? Yeah, I could see that. I'm trying to remember, because I did watch a lot of that Ravens-Steelers game. I'm not recalling the Peyton Wilson pick off the top of my head, unfortunately. Tyrese Knight has been a beast for the Seahawks. There you go. I'm not going to lie. I don't know who Tyrese Knight is. Is he one of the linebackers? Rookie linebacker, screw it. Junior Colson. There's actually probably serious linebackers out there that I just can't think of right now. Corner, that's definitely between DeJean or Quinyon Mitchell. I'll go Quinyon just because he's played the full year. And then safety, I'll go Evan Williams. Bang. There we go. Bang. Favorite moment from the Talk to a podcast. How about the meme coin? That's definitely not a rug pull pump and dump scam. That is totally legit. Goodness. We live in a society. Edgerrin Cooper. Yeah. No, he has been good. That's so disrespectful. He's literally like out there right now. No, that's a good call. It might actually be him. Shout out Caden. All right, here we go. 3rd and 8 for the Lions. All rookie team. That was a fun exercise, though. It's a shame that the NFL doesn't have an all rookie team, right? NBA has one. Maybe they're the only league that has one. It'd be fun, though. They should do that. They should do that. Are they going to get the screen with Williams for the first down? Oh, they're just short. They're going to set up to go for it, though, right? 3rd and 8, get 7 yards, turn around and go for it. Man, that was a great play for the Lions right there. Yeah. I mean, you're down 4, right? You don't want to punt the ball back. Green Bay's offense maybe feeling themselves a little bit. Get the yard. Line up, ready to compete. We thinking Monty up the middle. Oh, Goff sneak again. Ben Johnson, you devil. I know he didn't just hit the Goff sneak again, and no one expected it, right? Because you have to respect the handoff. You have to respect Laporta or Amon-Ra in the flat, right? I mean, if it's the Eagles, right, everyone knows that the brotherly shove is coming, and rightfully so, and the Eagles are still going to get it regardless, right? But look at how wide open of a gap that was for Goff to just fall forward. Man, if you're the Lions, you not to like big brain it too much, right? But if you're the Lions, are you almost like, shoot, we just put this on tape twice now, and now teams might actually be a little bit more prepared for it. Also, no, I didn't. That's crazy. I didn't do rookie wide receiver. I'm tempted to say Ladd. Dude, he's so good. He's so good. I mean, he passes the eye test. He's been playing his best football as of late. He's clearly the wide receiver 1 for the Chargers. It's tough. Oh, because I love Neighbors a lot too. And I still think Marv has got it, all things considered, right? Marv is going to figure it out. The Cardinals are going to figure it out with using Marv. He was such a beast against the Vikings last week. He had some sick catches on us. Brian Thomas Jr. has been good. I mean, it's been an insane rookie wide receiver class. It really has. I'm this close to saying Ladd. Oh, I love Neighbors too. Like it's so hard to pick just one. If I had to pick one for the all-rookie team, though, oh my gosh, this one is actually the hardest one. And I think Marv is the first one you eliminate, as crazy as that is. But I think he's the first one you have to eliminate. It's probably between Ladd, Neighbors, or Brian Thomas Jr. I'm going to say Ladd. I know it's crazy. I might say Ladd. Oh, I don't know, though. Neighbors is good. Also, that's an almost touchdown for Gibbs. No, we'll go Neighbors. It's close. The fact that I said Ladd, I'm not going to stand on business. I'm going to go with Neighbors, but it's an excellent class. That was a near disaster. Look at Goff escaping again. What is up with mobile Jared Goff now? Goff on the go. There's Sonic. No, put Knuckles in the game. I need fantasy points from Knuckles. Goodness. Gibbs is over 1,000 yards. Goff will just send it. Favorite rookie, Jake Bobo. He's getting the Ben Simmons treatment. He's a rookie in year 2, actually. He was a rookie last year, right? I think so. But sorry, game solved. Dude, I love me some Brian Thomas Jr. I have a lot of Brian Thomas Jr. stocks. Would not shock me if one day he's like a first team All-Pro, But you could say the same thing about Neighbors. Maybe not about Ladd, but Ladd has been amazing this year. He could be like the best slot receiver in the league one day. And he's good on the outside too. He's not a slot only guy by any means. He is good lining up on the outside. He's just so quick. He is an athlete. The easy comp is Wes Welker, Julian Edelman. Nah, Ladd can move. Ladd can move. The man of the people can be used on any list. Fair enough. Well, here we go. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the Lions in the red zone here. 3rd and goal. They're down 4. They've got 2 cracks at it. And yeah, the call to run it there reflects that, right? You still think maybe you could just throw it at the end zone twice. Maybe you catch the Packers napping, but You wonder if you could have thrown it at the end zone twice, if that's your intention. If you know you're going to have two cracks at it, you could still try to get it on third down. But maybe you really liked the look you had. Oh, they won't be ready for the handoff. But here you go. Here's a big play now, right? This is absolutely the right call. Because if they kick it, okay, they take the points. That's great. They're still down one. They're giving the ball back to this Green Bay Packers offense that's heating up a little bit. Next Gen Stats says they have over a 50% chance of getting it. There it is. My goodness, Tim Patrick. He just sat down in the end zone. There you go. The Lions have gained 8 points today because they went for it on fourth down, right? They indeed took the points. They took 8 extra points. Bang. Here you go. 2 touchdowns on fourth down. That is crazy. But you know what? When you line up ready to compete, that'll happen. That was easy. No one was looking at Tim Patrick there. He's been quietly an excellent wide receiver 3 for them. What a pickup he was. Remember Dan Campbell was like, please someone win the wide receiver 3 job. Please anyone. And then they just got Tim Patrick, who's just had terrible injury luck the past few years. But it's good to see him healthy back out there balling again. Right. What a story it's been for him. This is going to go down in Dr. Lore right here. Taking over a minute to think of Brock Bowers. It was not just to think of Brock Bowers. I had to think of Jatavion Sanders first before I thought of Brock Bowers. Yeah, that was an all-time bozo moment. I was like about ready to like melt down. I'm like, who are the rookie tight ends this year? Oh man. Yeah, no, they drew it up right. Just, clear out space, have them sit down right there. Oh, Ben Johnson. He just let it rip. It was there right away, right? He did not have to go through any of his progressions at all. That's how you know Goff is him. Reminder that the Falcons took Penix at 8. Hey, he might be playing for them pretty soon here. Man. First, you call Ben Johnson's face stupid. Now I don't even choose Brian Thomas Jr. for best rookie receiver. Just wait for next year when we go 9-8. No, not 9-8 again. Oh, it's coming for me. It's coming for me. If Neighbors had Drew Lock starting all year, he'd have 1,500 yards right now. He'd be better than Jerry Rice. Jerry's eating rice. Football was just invented to get you to eat food. I actually enjoyed those commercials. Like, okay, that's a creative ad campaign, right? Football is a creation to get you excited for French fries from McDonald's. I'm so eager to be advertised to. I can't wait to consume. Oh, man, I have too much fun with these. I love this so much. I appreciate that, we could just sit here and chill, man. It's really just like I've got the fellas over watching football, right? Just hanging with the fellas. Oh, here we go. We got the Game of Thrones package. Yo, look at Sam Darnold. Oh, he looks so sick. Oh, Sam looks the coolest out of all them in this package. Oh, yeah, let's go. He's in the middle, too, so therefore that means he's the best. Wow, look at the 3 big dogs in the north. You know what? Iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. Jack saying, reminder that Shane Waldron couldn't even last half a season with Caleb, Keenan, Rome, Dunze, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet. That might have been my biggest miss. Mister, I'm buying the dip on Shane Waldron. Oopsies. Parachamp asking, how many games would the Vikings win this season if JJ didn't get hurt? I don't think a whole lot would have changed, to be honest. I don't know, right? Darnold's been good, Darnold's been really good. There's a part of me that thinks JJ would not have been as good as Darnold is this year, especially the past month. Really, ever since the Jaguars game. Darnold has been kind of insane. Dude, some of the throws he made against the Cardinals on Sunday, right? There's about a few of them. There's like 3 or 4 of them. I was like, oh my gosh, that's an insane throw to try. And then he zips it in there to Jefferson. I'm like, oh, how did he do that? He's throwing off platform a little bit. They honestly might. They might have like 1 or 2 fewer wins with him, honestly. Like the inexperience, the growing pains, right? The fact that Darnold's able to just step in, right? He's got all this experience. Yeah. Flea flicker. Oh, they had it to Watson. The camera went away. I don't think the Skyview camera was ready for that. They had Watson open over the middle of the field. I couldn't see what Love was doing. I'm sure he was hounded by pressure and couldn't see him. But the play was there. They had Watson breaking open over the middle of the field. Let's watch this back. I'll get to your question here in a sec, Gabe. I'm going to think for a minute. I have an answer in mind, but I don't know if it's right or not. Oh, yeah, he had pressure, right? But there was Watson, but he brought the ball back. I'm going to say Edgerrin James. That's my pick for the NFL rushing touchdown leader in 2003. It could be Amon Green. No, I'm going to stick with Edgerrin James. Oh, I don't know, though. Why do I want to think it's Amon Green? I'll say Edgerrin James. NFL rushing touchdown leader in 2003. I'm such a sucker for stuff like that. Jackson reminded that the Seahawks had 2 winning seasons and a playoff appearance with Shane Waldron. So he's a beast. He's a beast. More like Shane Beastrin. Here we go. 3rd and 8. I wonder if the Lions are going to blitz again. That was their answer in the first half. They're showing blitz. There's 1 safety back there. They got to snap this ball. They ain't going to get it off. Oh, they're going to have to call timeout. The crowd is fired up. Oh, they might just get him for the delay of game. Oh, they did get the timeout off. Yeah, again, I don't love burning timeouts before the 4th quarter. This is a big play right here, though. These 5 yards might actually be worth the timeout. All right, let's look this up because I'm actually curious. It's going to be someone else. I don't think I got it right. NFL rushing touchdown leader 2003. Oh, it was Priest Holmes. That's right. The offensive line merchant. I mean, he was good, but like he got the run behind Willie Roaf and Will Shields. Okay, Priest Holmes. He had 27 touchdowns. At least that's what Google said. I might have to do a deeper dive. Consult Pro Football Reference. They didn't get it. They're short of the sticks. Oh, do you go for it if you're the Packers? Do you go for it? It's 4th and short. You're in your own territory. Nah, they're not going to go for it. Look at this play by O'Connor right here. What a beast, Colin O'Connor. Yeah, they're going to punt it. Man. I guess. You're in your own territory. But Lions get the ball back. That was a big stop for Detroit. All right, let's double check this. Let's pull up the Pro Football Reference, though, right? NFL rushing touchdown leader. It looks like it is Priest Holmes, though. That's crazy. Wow. Amon Green was 2nd. Edgerrin James is nowhere to be seen. Oh, he's 7th. Okay. Dang. Oh, I should have known it was the crazy Priest Holmes year. He did that at 30 years old. Finished 5th in MVP voting. I mean, this dude literally just came out of nowhere. Had a few insane seasons. I guess he had 1 1,000-yard year with the Ravens. He had an insane 3-year tear. And then he got injured. And then Larry Johnson stepped in, right, behind a cracked offensive line. And then he had some insane seasons, right? You know, they were good backs, obviously. You can't be a bum and get like that level of production. But also, those Chiefs had like some of the craziest offensive lines ever. Casey Wiegman, I might have got his name wrong. He was their center. I mean, they had like 4 All-Pros on their line. It was insane. Reminder that Russell Wilson went from an MVP candidate to average the first year under Shane Waldron. Reminder that Shane Waldron is from the Sean McVay coaching tree and decided to take none of it with him to Seattle. Yeah. He's trying to do his own thing. You know, he's trying to make the Shane Waldron tree. One day, that tree will be a big, strong, mighty oak. But right now, it is a mere twig in the dirt. But you know what? Us Shane heads like it that way. Come be a Waldron warrior. Probability to win the NFC North. If the Lions win, it's up to 89%. If they lose, it's 66%. Is that a Viking horn I hear in the distance? Maybe not quite yet. Let's wait a little bit. See if we hear the horn. Big 3rd and 6. Oh, did Patrick hold on? I think he did. What a catch. They're going to be just short. They got to go, right? Get a yard, trust your line. There you go. They're going for it. This is, I mean, granted, it was a little bit of a longer 4th down for the Packers. Lions are 3 for 3 on 4th down today. Now look at that. They're ready for the sneak now. They've got more guys up the middle. And then, they stopped him. They stopped him. They tried to set it up right there. 2 sneaks with Goff. The Packers put more guys up the middle. And then they tried to hit a toss to Gibbs, but they were ready for it. Look at that. Ben Johnson trying to hit him with the changeup. They had the motion man to try and get out and block. And there's just a lot of yellow hats out there. Man, chalk that one up to this Packers defense for being ready for that. I don't hate the plan from Ben Johnson at all. Get him just thinking about the Goff sneak a little bit, right? It was so easy for Goff the 2 times they snuck it with him. Just get him thinking about it. All of a sudden, you have to respect it. That's just another thing you have to worry about, right? Packers defense answering the bell. They're already in field goal range. Jacobs falls forward for a few. Reminder that Tyler Lockett's 1,000-yard streak ended under Shane Waldron. His middle name is Edward. Shane Edward Waldron. That's a tough name to say. Shane Edward Waldron. Used JSN as a screen merchant. Has already surpassed his yards from last year. If Shane Waldron ever discovers this channel, he's going to be so sad. I love you, Shane. Never change. I stand with Shane Waldron. Wide open. Kraft nearly dropped it. Kraft, oh my goodness. He just got popped and then he sprung back up. You know, Tucker Kraft had a few words for the Lions going into the game about the cleanliness or lack thereof of their team. He nearly dropped it there. Yeah, the Lions definitely took exception to that. They are ready to pop him. Oh, my goodness. And there's Kirby Joseph diving at him. Man. Here's a big 1st and goal. This will probably be the last play of the quarter here. They might not even snap it. They're going to take it into the 4th. They can and they will. Here we go, 4th quarter, and what has been an awesome game. It's lived up to the hype. 24-21, Lions up over the Packers. Packers knocking on the door here, 1st and goal from the Lions 6. Hey, these Thursday night games, they've been pretty good this year. They really have. Man. Gabe saying if the Packers win, the Lions will lose the football game. I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. Just a reminder that having 3 tight ends on a 3rd and 10 heavily limits your options. Can't argue that logic. Oh, a little inside zone chatter. Inside zone is crazy in Madden 20, though. Especially with Tyreek Hill at running back. Man, Gibbs has had kind of a quiet night. I'm just looking at the stats right now. 13 for 40. Jacobs has 2 touchdowns, 60 yards on the ground. Not a big day through the air for Green Bay. They've only thrown it 15 times. They certainly have changed up their game plan. They heard me. Keep asking, who am I texting? Tell us right now. I was texting Christine. She sent me something funny. It was her favorite road sign, actually. So it actually relates to the stream. But that's a Booger McFarland level statement. You know, I was texting Shane Waldron. You know, I was telling him, hey, we got to get you on the stream, big dog. Could you imagine? First ever guest on the Pigskin pregame, and it's Shane Waldron. Oh, I'd have him sit. I would move over. I would sit in the back. I'd let him get the nice chair, honestly. We got to make that happen. Could you imagine? Jack, what would you do if Shane Waldron just popped in stream one day? What would you say? Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. It's been a bad day on the ground for the Lions. Only 3.5 yards a carry. Shane Waldron. Man, if you had like a word cloud, you know, like those things that they make where it's like the most frequent thing said or like typed, right? If you had a word cloud for these streams, this would be Shane Waldron. It would be the biggest word. Tell him I'm thankful he's so bad he forced us to trade Russell Wilson. Who's winning Album of the Year at the Grammys? I would have to look and see the nominees. I'm not super tapped in with that kind of stuff. I'll take a look here maybe after this drive. It's loud. Hard-hitting analysis. It's loud. Play action. Looking for the crossers. It's not there. Checks it down. Oh. Ben Sims. If the Lions had Bucky Irving, they would have another running back. Yeah, he'd be the best of the bunch. Oh. Bucky. This is... Just almost choked on my own spit there. Society of Bucky Irving got 30 carries a game. And it's just like beautiful skyscrapers. I'm good. See, if the Lions win, they win. I'm not sure. Touchdown, Josh Jacobs. My goodness. Another hat trick for Josh Jacobs. Insanity. That's his second hat trick on the year. Joshua. What an answer from the Packers again. Back and forth. This really is a heavyweight title fight. This could be like a nice little NFC Championship game preview. It really could. These are two teams that are just the class of the NFC right here. Man, and if the Packers win, I'm talking about the Vikings running down the division. Man, if the Packers win, they are very much in the thick of it for the division race, right? From the screen to the ring, to the pen, to the king. Very much in the thick of it. How do you not have Jamal Adams out in the red zone? Run defense is the one thing he's decent at. Yeah, right? Get him as a thumper, right? I mean, I guess it's tough because do you really want to take Kirby or Brian Branch off the field, right? Maybe he's more of like an insurance policy at this point. And he did just get there. But still, yeah, I mean, put him down in the box, right? Just get some nasty 3 safety sets. Definitely on the table. Josh Jacobs has to be staring at the screen like the bald guy from Full Metal Jacket. Is that the meme I always see on Twitter? It's like, that's my best impression of that. But Gabe asking, Eric, if I bought you a video game, would you stream it for us? It depends on the game. If it was like Doki Doki, I don't know about that. I don't know that I would stream that. It depends on the game. How about that? Doki Doki Literature Club. And they get a 12 in their record. See, that might be true. If they win, they would get a 12. The Kubrick stare ones. I'm lacking on my stare game. Let's pull up the Grammy nominations while we wait. We'll do it once we get to a commercial break. I'm too locked in at this point to go away from the game to talk about like Sabrina Carpenter versus Olivia Rodrigo or something like that. But Liar's Bar, I've never heard of that one. Goff on a play fake. On the move. We've been seeing moving Goff today. Jumping Jared. Go Goff. How about it? That was a nice fake. Oh, that's a nice throw. That was a tight window right there. Tim Patrick backwards. Do we have another injury? Oh, man. Now it's Bullard. Georgia guy. Man. That's tough. Until there's one person left. I'm not familiar. Well, commercial break. Let's take a look at the Grammys and maybe we'll Google Liar's Bar. All right, album of the year. Let's see. This is from last year. Hold on. Grammys nominations. Not 2020. What? Here we go. 2025 Grammys. Full nomination list. Record of the year. Album of the year. Okay, so we've got New Blue Sun from Andre 3000. That's the flute one. I actually have not listened to this one. I haven't listened to most of these, to be honest. Cowboy Carter from Beyonce. That's one of her country albums, right? Can't lie. Have not listened to it. Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. I have listened to this one. I have listened to Short and Sweet. It's not for me, but I respect it, right? I have listened to Brat by Charlie. Again, it's not for me. I like the production a lot, though, I will say. The beats go crazy. I don't even know. I have not heard of this one. I honestly have not heard of this one. The Jesse Volume 4 by Jacob Collier. I don't know who that is, to be quite honest. We got Billy's album in here. I've heard like one or two songs off of this. We got Chapel Roan in here. I've heard like one or two songs off of this. And then Taylor Swift. Honestly, I don't even know that I've heard a single song off of Taylor Swift's album. Who would I pick? See, I feel like, and I haven't listened to it, I wouldn't know. I feel like I would enjoy Andre's the most, right, out of these. Out of the ones I've listened to, I would say Brat is probably my favorite. But I might have to actually listen to this Andre 3000 album now. He's got a flute. I got to show Atlanta some love, right? I'm not from Atlanta. I don't even live in Atlanta. I kind of have connections to it a little bit, but Michael's saying there's this really underrated game called Fortnite that I would make for a great stream. I know this is a bit of a bit and a riff, but actually Fortnite OG is coming back in a few days, and I actually have like thought about streaming that. I'm going to make it football related. We're going to do a little football Fortnite challenge, but I actually have thought about that. I had so much fun doing Mario Kart and Ball Talk. For Fortnite 3000, I might actually dump it down to Montgomery right there. Oh, he almost got the ball stripped. McDuffie was going for it there. No, it is like not listening to the Andre 3000, being in the Atlanta area feels like it should be legal. No, I get it. That's understandable. Also, I feel like I'm lagging right now. Hold on. Let me check my internet. I think we're good. I'm skipping a little bit, but it's chill. Y'all can probably hear me, right? But Montgomery, not a whole lot doing right there. But yeah, no, I gotta do that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I've got about like an hour drive tomorrow. But Jack says he hopes Tate McRae wins a Grammy. Pear Champ saying my girlfriend played Please 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 by Sabrina when we hung out, and that got it stuck in my head. Oh, I know all about that. Also proposing to my girlfriend this week. Let's go. That is amazing. That's awesome. Best of luck, man. That is amazing. That is awesome. Let's go, Pear Champ. Let's go. Man, I feel that is awesome. I feel like a proud dad. That sounds so weird. I almost stopped myself from saying that. It's like, that's weird. And then I committed to it anyways. For all I know, Pear Champ is older than me. But that is awesome. Congratulations to you. That is incredible. Hopefully she doesn't see this. And it's like, oh, I know he's proposing to me now. Because he said it in the stream chat of this weirdo on the internet. Let's go. You know what? The Packers are going to win for you. Let's go. Keep saying you wish he could propose to me. Don't we all? Ron saying Goff has laser accuracy. Now, he's been pretty locked in. He had that Jared Goof moment, but he has been pretty locked in. Michael saying, just don't watch the Brian Quinn Impractical Jokers bit. I don't know that I'm familiar with that, to be honest. I'm going to have to educate myself. I've watched a little bit of Impractical Jokers, but... Oh, there's another laser from Goff. What a catch by Laporta. Oh, he's fired up. That was a heck of a grab right there. Goff fired that puppy in there. Sebastian saying, by the way, you're proposing to her because she played you Sabrina Carpenter, or is it all the other stuff? I think it might be Sabrina Carpenter, honestly. I don't know. Please, 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 don't prove I'm right. Ha! I sound just like her, man. Where's my Grammy nomination? Oh, that was nice. St. Brown gets a block. First down, St. Brown on the end around. Going downtown in Motown. It's ground and pound. Wow, that was nice. Oh, they got the pulling Sewell. Love me a good pulling Sewell play, unless he goes and catches it. Oh, look at that. Jack just proposed. Let's go. Let's go. Proposal in chat. Dr. Dad. Oh, that's sweet. 6 years. Congratulations. That's incredible. That makes me so happy. Nothing for Montgomery. Low-key, Panay running full steam would make me make a business decision. Nah, I would be in the hospital if that happened to me. I would legit be paralyzed if that happened to me. Oh, man, Bullard's getting carted off. That's such a bummer. Oh. I'm sorry, Jack. Propose to me. Hey, there we go. There we go. They're making up. Montgomery, not going to get it. Third down. Here we go. Third and goal. Man alive. Buckle up, folks. Oh, that's like the worst answer you could get. Oh. Here we go. Heavy set here. Do you think they'll hammer it with Montgomery? No, play action. Goff got him. Touchdown. It's Tim Patrick again. It's Tim Patrick again. Oh my goodness. Tim Patrick coming for the hat trick. He's that kid. He's automatic. He's got magic. Dr. Freestyling on this drive. No, this is Patrick. That's crazy. He's got 2, right? He doesn't have 3, but he's coming for the hat trick. The Tim Patrick hat trick. Wow. These dudes with the 2 first names. Tim Goat Trick. Dude, he's doing Patrick's on it. Patrick again. Welcome to the stream, N-Star. Good to have you in here. Also saying, can't believe I drafted Zamir White and Gus Edwards over Montgomery and J.K. Dobbins in fantasy. Oh, that's tough. Yeah. I mean, taking the wrong Chargers back. Oh, I mean, it was so hard to predict how that backfield was going to shake out, right? It was such a mystery coming into the year. And then Zeus, all the opportunities, they were tantalizing. Tim. Tim is him. Tim is him. Lions get the lead back 31-28. Oh, just cinema all around. We are in for a classic. I mean, this is already easily considered a classic, but is the gift that keeps on giving. Do we think the Packers have another? Wow, I really said Packers, super Midwestern there. Do we think the Packers? I couldn't even replicate that if I tried. That was like by accident. Do we think the Packers have another answer in them, man? It just, like, if you look at the win probability chart, second half has just been bonkers. It's been swinging back and forth, right? The way it's looking, the Lions might get the last possession of this game. 8:39 left, depending on how quickly this next Packers drive goes, right? Let's say hypothetically the Packers score a touchdown, right? You might be looking at like a 4-ish minute drive. The Lions would be very content to take the rest of those 4 minutes and just grind things out and try and win it, you know? And if it goes to overtime, we saw what happened when they played the Rams, right? If they win the toss, run game time, game over, right? Yeah. What is defense? Not been the best showing for defense. I say that. There's been a few turnovers, right? There's been a few good plays. There's been some nice blitzes. There's been a few sacks, but I'm jinxing it. I do have quite the jinxing power. It might not be the Coleman curse, but yeah. Tariq Woolen is watching this game. Good for him. That's a real ball lover right there. Tim Patrick doing his best Juwan Jennings impression. I love it. I love it. Gabe saying they would never be from the Midwest, especially Detroit. Never. Of course not. Dobbins went undrafted in Jack's Fantasy League, and he sniped him after week 1. Let's go. That's a great move right there. Oh, little J.K. Dobbins snipe. Yeah. I sniped Tucker Kraft in my Dynasty League because there were cuts made because, I don't know, like Taxi Squad got filled up or something. I don't know. The guy who had him cut him to make some space on his roster. And I was like, ooh, Tucker Kraft. Don't mind if I do. That's the league I'm going to crash out in and miss the playoffs after starting 5-1. Gabe asking, what's been the best game of the year? You know what's crazy? It's probably Ravens-Bengals Thursday night, right? I missed like half of that game. That game was the day that my Fargo friends came in to visit me. We saw a little bit of it Taco Mac. And then we were driving from the Taco Mac in Duluth back to my place in Cleveland, Georgia, right? Like an hour and a half drive. We missed most of that game. We missed the ending of it too, which was kind of a bummer, but it was such a fun weekend. I mean, who cares, right? It's just one football game, but that was probably the best game, but I missed it. Best game that I've seen. Dare I say it's this one, considering the stakes and the magnitude and how good it's been, and it's a primetime game. I don't know. Maybe I'm too caught up in the moment. It might be this one. It really might be. This might be the best game of the year so far because it just means so much. False start. Like if the Packers lose, they pretty much can't win the division, right? But if they win, they have beyond a pulse. They have life to steal the division. If the Packers win this game, the NFC North is wide open. If the Lions can close this out, though, then they put their footprint on the division and they get a little bit closer to the 1 seed. And there's been some trash talk between these two teams coming into this game, right? Bills-Jets was a great game, unironically, Monday Night Football with the Hail Mary and all that. It wasn't like amazing, but it was a good game. Bengals-Commanders, that was a great game. That was a good game. Ravens Chiefs opening night was awesome, even, right? Here's a slept on one. Falcons Bucks Thursday night. The overtime thriller. That was a good one. That was Demon Kirk right there, right? That was a great game. Lions Vikings was good. I didn't love the ending personally, but I thought it was a good game. Browns Broncos delivered big time. Exceeded our wildest expectations. All right, here we go. 2nd and 14. You got to get a chunk play right here if you're Green Bay. You can't run it here. You have to throw the ball downfield. You don't have to get all 14, but you have to get at least 7. Look out. Blitz coming. Love escapes. Love fires. Oh, it's caught. Unbelievable by Jordan Love. That was amazing. How did he do that? Oh my gosh. That was a free runner on the blitz. Jacobs just didn't get to the spot. Love escaped and somehow made that throw. That is an unbelievable play by Jordan Love. Oh my gosh, right on Watson's face mask. That is an incredible play. Jacobs going to cut it back. What a tackle. What a tackle. Great play in the backfield. I don't know, man. We might be watching it right now. We have some good shouts. Vikings, Giants. I enjoyed that game. Remember Ivan Pace saying, yeah, we're going to go crazy, man. It ain't going to be no matchup. Just so disrespectful. And then he was right. We did go crazy. That cracked me up so much when he first said that. It's like, yeah, we're going to go crazy, man. It ain't going to be no matchup. Just the smirk he had on his face when he said it. Look out, Love. What a catch. Wicks catches it, spins, jukes. Another big chunk play through the air. Man, this Packers offense. Jordan Love, Toyota-thon. I'm telling you, dude. Toyota-thon is on and Jordan Love is locked in. That one almost went to Kraft. Man, Broncos Chiefs only because my boss is a Broncos fan. Oh, your poor boss, man. Jets Seahawks wasn't necessarily good, but it was entertaining. Yeah, that was a good game. A lot of crazy stuff. Oh no, Brian Branch is hurt now. Oh my gosh. Bro. The Lions' injury luck has truly been horrendous this year. Man. Dude, outside of like a faint chant of "Let's go Lions," it is dead silent in there. Haven't really paid attention, but what's this Toyota-thon and Love Talk? Keep hearing about it. So long story short, someone on TikTok, I think it was Carson from Nerd Sesh, but I can't be 100% sure. But someone from TikTok, and this was last year, right? Someone going into the season posted a TikTok saying, like half jokingly, is Jordan Love a Toyota-thon merchant? And they looked at Jordan Love's stats before Toyota-thon started and after Toyota-thon started. And there's like a crazy difference. Now, this year, Toyota-thon has been going on for 3 weeks now. And in those 3 weeks, Jordan Love has been like top 5 in like all the big quarterback stats and metrics. And he's played his best football this season. So it's 2 years in a row now. Of course, it could just be like also Dontavion Wicks just got killed. Oh my gosh. Man. Oh man. I don't know how he held on to that. But yeah, no, I saw Mina Kimes was talking about it on her pod, right? But it's just so funny. Like 2 years in a row, it probably means nothing, but it's just such a hilarious coincidence. Like, oh, he didn't get hit in the head, I don't think, which is good at least. But You know, it could just be always like playing better as he gets more gelled with the offense and stuff. But nah, it's Toyota-thon, you know. It looks like Wicks didn't get hit in the head, which is good. 1st and goal for the Packers. It might be Jamal Adams' time. Let's see. They're showing Branch on the sideline right now. Man, I guess that's why you pick him up, right? That insurance, right? Heaven forbid something happens. But, man, Packers are 4 for 4 in the red zone. They've scored 4 touchdowns on their 4 red zone trips. They need it right here. You cannot kick a field goal and expect to win this game. I really don't think so. Jacobs again, man. They're going to try and get him 4. They're pushing the pile. A helmet came off. Muhammad's. Man. Remember that Bengals Commanders game? I made the joke that Austin Eckler is using the spear. Yeah, Chase Brown used a POW. That's right. That was awesome. That was awesome. Under 5 minutes now. Man. Clap it up for the teams out here playing right now. Putting on a show for us. Here we go. Reed in the backfield. I think they wanted to go to Reed. A little leak out. He's got... Oh, it might come back. There's flags down. He threw it to Josh Jacobs. I think it's going to come back. He might get an illegal man downfield or something. Maybe an offensive pass interference. I don't think this one stands. And that would be a brutal penalty if that's going to push them back. Make it 2nd and very long. Yep, there it is. Got it on Christian Watson. Man. Let's see this. Working against Carlton Davis. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that was early on in the play, it looks like. No, not really. No, you could see Jordan Love rolling out. It was not early on in the play. So now it's more or less 2nd and 16 now. And again, the Packers, if they get to 4th down, they probably would kick it, and I get that. But, man, I don't think you feel good about that at all. I don't think you feel good about that at all if you come away with a field goal on this drive. I mean, you're just trying to, like, keep the Lions off the board the rest of the game? That's a dangerous game to play. Love has time. Now he doesn't. He'll just throw it away. Oh, it did get out of bounds. It was like Terrion Arnold was in the area a little bit. Well, here you go. 3rd and 16, right? I think what the Packers do here is going to be very telling. If they try and get like 10 yards, if they throw it short of the end zone, you don't want to be too risky, right? But man, I mean... So the look ahead, according to Next Gen Stats, they would recommend going for it on 4th and 8 or less. LaFleur is a little more in tune with that stuff now, but this is the same dude that kicked it down 8 against the Bucs in the NFC Championship game, you know? As great as LaFleur is, he's not always tapped in with that kind of stuff. Love might run. He will. Well, now they have to kick it. What a tackle. Man, again, you tie the game, but if you're the Packers, you don't feel good about this at all, I don't think. Oh, I don't know. You had 1st and goal from the 6, and now you're kicking it from the 14. That's just a great play. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, he had him. There's no way he could have gotten that throw off, though. Got it. Tie game. 33 for the Lions. I might get his name wrong. Is it Sean Vakai? Is that how you say it? Where is Goat Kid? Oh, I miss him right now. Need some Bills love from Goat Kid. And Star saying, OMG, I completely forgot about going for the field goal instead of going for it. Oh, yeah. I mean, if they were down 4, that would have been bad, you know? Like, then they would have had to go for it on, like, 4th and goal from, like, the 14, you know? But here you go. Here you go, Jeff Hafley, right? New defensive coordinator for the season. They made a big hire. This was going to be a different defense. It's always had a lot of talent, always had a lot of potential, not quite played up to it. Here you go, dude. You got to get one stop right here to keep your chances alive for the division. You got to get one stop against the big bad Lions, who might have the best offense in the entire NFL. Can you do it? I mean, man, this is played perfectly into the Lions' hands. 3:38 left tied. Man, wouldn't they just love to milk out 3 minutes and 35 seconds of that, just running with Montgomery and Gibbs, maybe a little change up to Amon-Ra Laporta here and there, right? And just take it all the way down to the 19 and then kick the game winner, right? I mean, it feels like that's what this game is destined to be right here. I don't know. Or if it goes to overtime, I don't know. I think the Lions manage this pretty well, honestly. That's good coaching. When you find yourself in a spot like this, you manage the game well, right? You've got all 3 of your timeouts. The Packers have only 2, right? Packers can only stop the clock 2 more times, right? Lions completely control their own destiny here. Man. Adam Driver going crazy with the Amazon reviews. Is that a pasta roller? And start saying, I don't know why I torture myself. I didn't have a football team growing up. LA didn't have one, so I decided to pick the Chargers because of work. Hey, well, they're in LA now, though, right? Hey, it's a good time to be a Chargers fan. I get it. It's got to be a hard life, though, right? I mean, man, like, you got to wonder if the Chargers are cursed with some of the bad breaks they get in close games and stuff like that. Looking good, though. Jalen Samuels, he was a fantasy cheat code. ESPN, for whatever reason, one year, I think it was 2017 or 2018 or both those years, but they had him listed as both a running back and a tight end. So you could put him in your tight end spot. And if you didn't have a good tight end, that was just such a cheat code in fantasy. I love me some Jalen Samuels. That's a great pull right there. Running back for the Steelers, and I'm sure he probably snuck on another team at some point. I'm loving all the obscure Steelers today. That's a nice little theme of this stream right here. The obscure Steelers stream. We had Marcus Wheaton earlier, Sammy Coates. Okay, Marcus Wheaton. That was Bears Eagles, right? Bears Eagles Marcus Wheaton. I gotta remember that. Bears Eagles Marcus Wheaton. That's gonna be the most disgusting Immaculate Grid square ever. He's from NC State and had a few good games in 2020 with the Steelers. I didn't know he was on the Steelers in 2020. I didn't know he was on that infamous 2020 team. Or I probably did, but just don't remember. Fake to Gibbs. They're taking a shot. Jameson Williams. Already almost in field goal range. Eli Rogers. There you go. That's a great one. Man, you just got to worry about his speed so much, right? Look at how much respect they're giving him. Good ball by Goff. Wife, Chiefs husband, Chargers son, Broncos daughter. I might have got that wrong. They're throwing again. They just zoomed into field goal range. I guess now they can run it right. They locked in to get into field goal range, and now they can just kill the clock. The clock will stop 3 times realistically, right? Wow, both y'all. Eli Rogers. Look at that. Great minds think alike. Now, though, they'll hand it to Gibbs, right? Because now you can start to play the clock a little bit. Now that you've got the field position you need, more or less. The Packers going aggressive there. All right. This might be where you need to get the stop right here if you're Green Bay, right? They're not going to take their timeouts yet. I get that. Because, again, you've still got the 2-minute warning. And one more play will run before the 2-minute warning, right? So you can get the 3rd down, and then the clock will stop, and then you've got 2 timeouts from there. But, man, like, I don't know that you can let him get a 1st down. I don't think you can let him get a 1st down at all. Sebastian wants Goff to get a 4th TD. Pad the MVP case a little bit, right? They're in shotgun. I guess, right, if you know the clock is going to stop, you can be aggressive here. I get that, actually. That makes sense. Gibbs gets out of bounds. Well, hold on. Oh! Being out of bounds is big, though. No way. Why is LaFleur mad? Dude, you just had something amazing happen to your team. The clock stopped again. They did not run enough time to get to the 2-minute warning. Oh. That's actually massive. Goff will dump it off. Gibbs is going to get there. Oh, he's going to get there. Man. 150. Yeah, I mean, first down now, game over, right? Man, they had a little screen to Gibbs and they got it. Oh, man. Devin Aromashodu. Fantastic pull. Played for the Vikings for a little bit. Went from the Bears to the Vikings. I think I've used him for a grid before. Devin Aromashodu. Man, he was on the 2012 Vikings team that somehow made the playoffs. Devin Aromashodu. I think he also caught the game-winning touchdown against the Vikings in 2009 on Monday Night Football when he was with the Bears. That was a crazy game. 9-year-old me crashed out during that game, actually. I was so mad. We were getting killed by the Bears in the first half, and I started crashing out. I was so mad. I was like yelling and like crying. And then the Vikings started coming back, and then they forced overtime, and then we lost in overtime. That game was a roller coaster for me. Benny Snell Jr. Matt McCrane. I'm not going to lie. I actually don't know Matt McCrane. Days of Our Steelers. That's a urinating tree thing, right? And start saying, watch the Lions somehow miss a gimme field goal because it's Thursday night. Hey, we've seen weirder things happen, right? Not impossible by any means. Christian Ponder was a dark horse MVP candidate. Sure. You know, not the actual MVP that was on our team. It was Christian Ponder. Oh, man. Cooper Helfet. That name sounds familiar. Let me look that up. Let me switch screens here. Oops, I almost ended the stream. That would have been sad. Why is this? Okay, Seahawk. Wow. Dang, you got a poll that I didn't know. There you go. I mean, the name is like kind of familiar, but like I had to look him up on Pro Football Reference. Dang. Joe Webb. Oh, Joe Webb. He played a playoff game. Why is LaFleur mad? This Matt LaFleur press conference might be pretty interesting here. I actually want to know what he's so worked up over. Oh, play action, fake. Screen to Monty off the fake. Man, and you got to call a timeout, right? But that, oh, man. Robert Griffin III. You might have heard about Brian Robinson, but have you heard about Brian Robinson? Do you mean Brian Robinson, the Vikings edge, defensive end? He had the fish celebration, right? You'd get a sack and he'd reel in a fish. He has to go back to Wisconsin after the game. Hey, respect the Midwest. Suppose you're a Lions fan. You might be from the Midwest, but. Oh! Oh, that's a massive call. That is a massive call. Yeah, he grabbed him. Man, and he didn't have to do that either. I don't think he had to do that. Yeah, he's grabbing him. Canada. Dude, I feel like I knew that. I feel like I knew that. Again, caught me lacking again. I feel like you said that before. Man. Oh, that is a killer penalty. That completely changes the complexion of this game. I'm looking at the win probability chart. Lions were at 80%. Now it's down to 62.2. They'll get some of it back with Montgomery. But now, I mean, the Packers keep their timeout too, right? They can call timeout. They'll still be able to only stop the clock one more time. Their kicker's good, right? Bates is very good. He's absolutely got the leg. They're in field goal range. But now it's a lot harder for them to get that essentially game-winning first down, right? First down wins the game. I still think the Lions might have it in them, though. I don't know. They're going to get some sick play here on second down. They're going to get it to like 3rd and 8, maybe. They'll get it to like 3rd and 8, and then Goff will hit something to Laporta to set up the game-winning kick. This low-key might be actually the biggest play right here, right? Like how many yards the Lions can get on this second down will probably determine the rest of this drive. This might actually be one of the biggest plays of the game right here. They are going to pass. Goff has time. Oh, they got it. They got it. Oh, my goodness. I think he might just be a yard short, but they got it. I mean, they'll get it, right? They got it to St. Brown. Packers wanting a push off right there. Oh, yeah, he's got a case. He's got a little bit of a case. Oh. Wow. Well, did they just straight up give him the first down? Trindon Holiday, that's a great one. Great returner for the Broncos for a long time. He was tiny too. He's the guy that got laid out by Pat McAfee. Win probability chart is looking like a heart monitor. Now they're showing the hit on Goff too. Yeah. Wait, what the heck is going on here? So it's 3rd and inches. I mean. Well, if the Lions gain inches, it's game over. So pretty much the Packers need a tackle for a loss. Devin Witherspoon. Bernard Berrian. Oh, the gold shoes legend. I loved Gold Shoes Day for Bernard. He'd always get fined, but he didn't care. Man, I don't think they'll do the sneak right. They'll just hand it off the middle. Oh! He's short. He's short. He is short. Shout out the Prime Vision Skycam right there. You could tell right away he's short. Oh, what do you do if you're the Lions? Do you dare go for it? Do you dare go for it? Oh. See, I don't feel good about kicking this. I do not feel good about kicking this. Watch them fake it. They so would fake it. They so would fake it. I'm surprised that the analytics recommends a field goal here. I guess because if you don't get it, then that sets the Packers up very well to win the game. I get that. Oh, you've got the best offensive line in football. I know you just tried and you didn't get it, but surely they can't stop you twice, right? What a play that was, though. You know? Yeah. Ah. Sebastian wants the field goal. There you go. The Lions fan wants the field goal. I get that. Man. That's insane that they actually stopped him. That call mattered, right? The moving the ball back just a tiny bit, the replay assist, that actually ended up like changing the game. Well, I can't remember who predicted. Oh, the offense is out on the field. The offense is out on the field. Here we go. Dan Campbell says, screw the narratives. Get an inch. Are they actually going to snap it? Yeah, they will. They got it. There you go. There's your ball game. They went for it and got it. Wow. They done did it. Man. There you go. They went for it. This is what they do. And they just won the game because they went for it on fourth down. Oh! That's crazy. He wasn't touched. Otherwise, he would have been down. That would have been insane. That would have been crazy. Man. Here's what I would say, because I tell my family this. Just wear a diaper before some of these games. I'll give them an alert and say, put them on and be ready to roll. Full circle. Full circle. 4 for 5 on fourth down tonight. That is what won them this game. Remember this, right? For all the anti-fourth down think pieces that we'll see, remember today. They won this game because of fourth down. Oh, could you imagine if he missed the kicker? If it got blocked. Or if it got blocked. That is insane. You got 2 timeouts, right? I mean, you probably you run one play to line it up perfectly down the middle, right? Oh, he likes it on the left hash. Look at Goff sprinting out to the left hash, right? Then you bleed the clock. You call timeout with like what, maybe 4 seconds, 3 seconds left. There you go. 2 seconds left. Timeout. They got it lined up at his spot. That is an insane way to win this game. That is an insane way to win this game. What a game. What a game. Oh. Well, here we go. Here we go. The kick will surely be up and good. There's no way he misses this. Whoa. And the Lions, for the second week in a row, barely escape. He can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. Oh, what a win for the Lions. What a game. What a great game. That was a treat of a Thursday night game right there. This game meant so much. Both these teams laid it out on the line. Both these teams came to compete. And the Lions, 12-1. The Detroit Lions are 12-1, and they may never lose again. What a game that was, man. 4th and inches, they put the ball in their hands, and they say, we're going to line up and compete today. And they just won the game. Good game from Goff, all things considered. He had the interception, but he moved around pretty well, right? The running game wasn't great, but it came alive when they needed it the most, right? And with just a completely depleted defensive line, losing some guys to injury, they find a way to beat the Packers. Man, they can taste the division now. They can taste the division now. The Vikings franchise might be disbanded. The Lions are trouncing everyone. Dan Campbell watches from his ivory tower, laughing maniacally. He's got his sights set on US Bank Stadium. In his hand, a button that will detonate a bomb. Lions are 12-1, 11 games in a row after losing to the Bucs. The Bucs are the only team to beat the Lions. The Bucs may go down as the only team to ever beat the Lions. The power of friendship stays winning. Dan Campbell's aura, a running game, an offensive line, and a defense that just won't quit. Dan Campbell has balls made of steel. Indeed, he does. And you know what? He's earned this one tonight. The Lions have earned this one tonight. What a game. Thank you guys so much for watching. It is my bedtime. I got to wrap it up here. But as always, appreciate you guys coming through, right? Just hanging around, talking ball, you know? Good time as always. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I've still got a tiny bit left in here, believe it or not. I opened this before the game started. But cheers to an awesome start to week 14. An awesome, awesome game. Till next time, I'll see you guys all later. The doctor's out. Love you guys.